stars playing beneath the lights on Friday nights across the country. The big names in small towns. Today, the top high school talents rush to the line, ready to declare where they'll play next and continue a legacy that's already legendary.
Peterson, 30, another speed, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Oklahoma. Down the left sideline goes Ted Ginn. 20, 10, 5, see you later. Touchdown, Ted Ginn of Ohio State.
Now with the country's bravest looking on, the best in the nation takes center stage. He's poised and polished and might be the next great quarterback from Southern California. He's a bruising back who's been called a combination of Herschel Walker and Walter Payton. He's the #1 quarterback. Scouts say he could play in the NFL tomorrow. He's a North Carolina native with size, strength, and speed that might make him the next Jamal Lewis. Today they showcase their skills and announce their future. It's the 2005 U.S. Army All-American Bowl. We welcome you to the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas for the U.S. Army All-American Bowl on NBC. 80 of the top high school football players in the country compete one more time on the gridiron before they head to the next level. An exciting day. Many of these top athletes will make their declaration as to where they'll be playing their college football in 2005. The U.S. Army out in full force today as we honor the Army and all of our armed forces throughout the United States and abroad for defending democracy across the world. The final step for these young athletes today here in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. Hello again, everyone. Glad you can join us. Bob Papa along with Ray Bentley. And Ray, not only will we see these outstanding high school athletes compete on the football field, but we await the word where they'll go to college. We'll have declarations throughout the course of the game, and this is an exciting day for these young men.
It really is. There's a lot of nervous energy and churning stomachs for these players and their families as they get ready for their last high school football game against the best competition that they've ever faced. So it's going to be a very exciting day. Plus, you have all the players declaring what college they're going to go to. A big day for these kids.
Well, let's take a look on the east side. They have an outstanding young running back in Tony Baker, who really, he's just a real special talent.
He is unbelievable is what he is. 5'10", 220 pounds with 4.4 speed. You're going to watch him take this one all the way to the house. This kid can do it all. Ran for over 3,000 yards this season, 38 touchdowns. He's a rare combination of speed and power, and he may be the Adrian Peterson of this year's ball game. Just an incredible athlete and running back prospect.
Okay, on the west side, they have a linebacker who will also play a little fullback. He's from Eureka, California, and whichever school gets in will be saying Eureka as well. Ray Malaluna.
Ray Malaluna is an outstanding, unbelievable, there you go, football player. He's going to play fullback and linebacker today, but I'll tell you, he's 100% linebacker. NFL size at 6'2", 250. He covers the field. He's a big hitter, and I guarantee you, wherever he goes, he's going to be a leader as a freshman for that football team next year.
Well, it's going to be a very exciting day because these players get a chance to participate for the last time, and they'll make their declarations live here on NBC. Well, Dave Burns and Marty Snyder will be working the sidelines. On the east side is Marty Snyder, and we check in with Marty.
Big day for these guys as they declare their future, what college they're going to go to. For Greg Paulus, that decision's already been made. He is going to go to Duke. You're the starting quarterback for the East, but the big decision for you is it going to be football at Duke, or is it going to be basketball at Duke, or both? Which one's it going to be?
Well, right now, we're going to stick with football today, but down the road, long term, it's going to be basketball.
Tell me about what went into that decision, and this very well may be your last organized football game.
Temporarily, it is my last football game, and I can't think of a better way to go out than, playing for an All-American game and, sponsored by U.S. Army. So I'm really excited.
One recruiting analyst said he reminded him of Joe Montana, closest thing he's seen in years. Covering the West Sideline today will be Dave Burns.
And Marty, one thing that's for sure for Louisiana quarterback Brian Perilou is that he is going to play football, concentrate on that during his college career. But the big question is where, and that may come as a surprise to some of the folks at Texas, to whom you made a verbal commitment earlier this year. Are you still set on Texas, or are you still kind of deciding?
Well, I committed to Texas, but I'm still kind of deciding. I have 4 more visits left to take. I definitely love Texas as a school, as a program. I love the coaches, the players, but I just want to make sure that I'm not missing out on anything. That's why I want to take all my other visits.
What you won't know today will be where he's going to school. What you will see today are his exceptional talents that made him one of the top recruited quarterbacks in the nation. Bob?
All right, Dave, we're looking forward to seeing these young athletes take to the gridiron here in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. We'll have the kickoff and our first declaration of the day here on NBC.
What are you setting your sights on? And when you see it, will you be ready? All you have to do is pick up the phone and call in your coordinates. Before you know it, you'll have this free DVD in your hands. You'll learn about the hundreds of opportunities the Army can offer you. Skills, education, healthcare. Call right now, and you'll also get this free boonie hat. Whatever you're looking for, the Army can help you find it.
We're going to make accounts payable exciting again. That's what we need to do, people.
In the time it takes to clean out your desk, you could save hundreds on car insurance. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Yeah. Cool! Crazy, Chris. That's crazy. 8 essential vitamins and minerals, but it won't save you money on car insurance.
Oh, okay.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Why haven't you called Geico?
NBC Monday. You've got questions. We've got answers. Question 1. Can a man listen to directions?
Which way?
Question 2. Since when does this become a crime?
Do you know how stupid that is? I didn't do it.
Question 3. What's the New Year's biggest hit?
I could see things that other people can't.
Fear Factor Vegas and Medium. NBC Monday. The hottest night on television. No question about it.
Europe's record Ryder Cup win, Vijay Singh's second PGA Championship victory, Haler wins Senior PGA Championship triumph. The PGA of America's Year in Review, Sunday, 3 Eastern, NBC.
Look at Adrian Peterson fighting his way in for the touchdown.
Routini, University of Oklahoma.
Gives to Peterson, 30, turns on the speed, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Oklahoma!
Last year, Adrian Peterson wowed the fans here at the Alamo Dome in the U.S. Army All-American Bowl and made his declaration. Oklahoma will have as many as 20 declarations today. Bob Papa joined by Tom Lemming, who will join us in the booth throughout the course of the day. Of course, Tom, the foremost authority in high school football. He travels 1,300 miles in one day just to see an outstanding player. And Tom, you'll give us your insights throughout the course of the day. Tell me about a young man who really stood out for you this year.
Well, Mark Sanchez, I believe, was the top quarterback in the country. He's got great coolness under pressure. He's got great size. He's an 18-year-old going on 30. He's just a ball player with remarkable skills. The college coaches feel that he could come in and step in right away. Of course, he's going to USC, so he's going to have to wait a couple of years. But I think he's got the same kind of ability that Matt Leinart does.
And Tom will be with us in the booth to break it all down. Also, how are the schools doing as far as the recruiting is concerned? For more on that, we send it down to Dave Burns.
And if you follow the recruiting game at all, Bob, you've been to scout.com. This is Jamie Newberg, their national recruiting analyst. And one of the things they do is keep a top 10 of how the schools are doing in terms of recruitment. Jamie, Michigan has that edge right now, but who has a chance to maybe show up and move up the list today?
Yeah, Michigan's held the spot for about a month now. And I tell you what, I think Tennessee is a team to watch out for. I said a couple weeks ago, I thought they could finish with the top class in the country. What happens today with all the decisions being made could go a long way for Philip Fulmer and his Vols. A couple other teams to keep a close eye on for. Iowa could have a huge day, as well as Southern Cal outside the top 10 right now.
Jamie will be joining us throughout the day to watch that top 10 list. You can also email him by going to scout.com, clicking on the link Ask Jamie, and play your own recruiting armchair recruiter today. Now, the things that will change this top 10 list today are the declarations the players will be making. Let's go to the east sideline and Marty for the first one of the day.
And Dave, the first one, Maurice Wells. This is the Wells family. This is KJ, his dad Kingsley, his mother Pam, and this will be our first declaration of the day. Now, first of all, Maurice, outstanding running back out of the state of Florida. Tell me about the recruiting process and getting to this point, narrowing it down to Ohio State, Georgia Tech, and USC.
It was a little hectic at first. You know, a lot of people calling all the time, you know, for morning, night, you know, kind of all day. But once I kind of narrowed it down, it eased up a little bit, you know, it wasn't that bad.
All right, you ready to make the decision?
But first, I want to give a shout out to my friend Aaron Brown at UCF, Kenesha Smith, Rick Evans, and everybody in Duval County, Sandoval High School, Ghost Saints. And
all right, where are you going to go to school?
When it's all said and done, I'm gonna be a Buckeye.
The Wells family, very excited. Now, what went into that decision?
You know, they recruited me early. They were one of my first offers. They stayed on me all year. Got a lot of family in that area. You know, they showed me the most love, so I couldn't turn them down.
All right, have a good game.
All right, thank you.
Ran Bob, let's get some football going.
All right, so Maurice Wells is going to the Ohio State. He gets the pressure out of the way. The West has won the coin toss. They'll receive. Marlon Lucky, number 20 from North Hollywood, California, and Jonathan Stewart from Washington. Number 28 will return the opening kickoff, and it will come from Matthew Waldron of Oakfield, New York. Outstanding leg. The East is in the black and the West is in the white. What about Wells, Tom Lemming, going to Ohio State?
Great catch for the Buckeyes. They're very weak in the backfield. They will be after next year. He's got shifty moves, 5'10", about 185 pounds. He's probably the shiftiest of all the backs. He's not a power back, so he's a ball player. A lot of schools thought might be switched to wide receiver corner, but I think he does have the skills to be an outstanding pure back and the speed back that the Buckeyes have been looking for.
And we are set for the 2005 U.S. Army All-American Bowl. The East kicking off. Waldron with the kickoff. And fielded by Stewart. Gets hit immediately and dropped at the 20-yard line. Jason Gwaltney on the tackle. So we'll get a first look at Mark Sanchez from Mission Viejo, California. He has all the tools. He's polished, personable, and he's had a lot of fun this week, Ray.
Yeah, I was just in shock talking to him of how mature he is. It's like Tom said earlier, 18 going on 30. This kid is definitely a leader on this football team, this West team already.
The starting tailback, Jonathan Stewart. Hit behind the line and he dropped, loses a couple on the play. Derek Nicholson, number 30, the middle linebacker from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, on the tackle. As you get a look at Nicholson, and here's the defense. Slocum will play both ways, both on offense and defense. Nicholson, the middle linebacker, a Derek Brooks type in the linebacking core, and a lot of playmakers in the secondary. Justin King, one of the corners, can take it back to the house. So second down for the West, opening drive of the ball game. Jamal Charles is in at tailback, and loose ball on the field. The East says a fumble, and they have it, and so does the referee. So our first turnover of the ball game.
It was a snap exchange problem. Josh McNeil is the center, and Sanchez just never got the football from it.
And I think Slocum recovered it.
Looked like a solid snap. I don't know if Sanchez got out there early, but the ball never got into his hands completely, and it's a big turnover early for the West offense.
Remember, these teams came together just this week, so not a ton of practice time. It's been a crash course for both squads.
First down for the East from the 12-yard line.
Greg Paulus, the quarterback for the East. His starting tailback, Tony Baker, as they go with a 4-receiver set.
You see Paulus moving around, making all the calls at the line. They run a no-huddle offense, which is amazing to me. They put it in within a week.
Paulus under pressure. He'll throw it toward the end zone, and he misfires, looking for Nyan Boateng from Brooklyn, New York. Let's take a look at the offense. The starting offensive squad for the East. Greg Paulus, 6'2", 190 pounds, out of Syracuse, New York, will play college basketball for Mike Krzyzewski at Duke. The offensive line, Michael Oher at center had to move over because the East didn't have a center.
Matter of fact, I thought they'd be the school having the troubles with the exchange, but he's done a great job in practice.
They're going to run it on second down. And slicing is Maurice Wells, who made his declaration. Reginald Smith on the tackle. A Warwick Dunn type back, Tom.
Outstanding back. Actually, like I said before, he's a great slasher with great vision. I think the vision is what really stood him out among all the other top backs in the South.
Get a look at the defensive front for the West with Shavers, Granger, Miller, and Lewis. Dillard, Malaluna, a big playmaker, and Ryan Reynolds. third down for the East. Paulus in the shotgun and whistles and no play. False start against the East.
You know, to go back to that no huddle situation that they're running.
Snap, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, previous spot, it remains third down.
Kenny Lucas, the head coach, put it in. He said he was amazed at how much he was able to actually put in with a hand-singling, no-huddle offense with this group of kids. It must be a measure of the intelligence of this group as a whole.
He was an assistant for the East squad last year.
They also gave Greg Paulus the, I guess, the leeway to go ahead and check plays and call audibles from the line.
It'll be a 3rd and 10. Paulus looking for the end zone and knocked away. Great defensive play made by Derek Pegues from Mississippi, looking for his talented wide receiver Patrick Turner.
Out of South Panola High School, and he made a great play as Paulus just threw it up to Patrick Turner, and Turner's a fade guy that loves to go up and get the football. That's just great position there by Pegues. You see Turner, he tried to get it even though he was laying on his back.
Waldron will come on for a 30-yard field goal with the punter Mesco to hold. And both kickers on the East and West have big legs.
In practice the other day, both made field goals from 53 yards.
Waldron's kick, plenty of leg, and he connects from 30 yards out, so the East jumps out to a quick 3-0 lead. They cash in on the turnover and get the 30-yard field goal from Matthew Waldron from Oakfield, New York. Maurice Wells is declared to Ohio State. More declarations still to come.
We are the men and women of the United States Army Reserve. We are regular people who share our time serving our country and our communities. Our training makes us stronger as soldiers and as citizens who stand ready.
To find out how you can serve your country in the Army Reserve, call for this free DVD and get a free sports watch. Stand ready in the Army Reserve.
Coming to DVD.
Can you be perfect?
Move fast.
That's what I'm talking about!
Play hard. Score big.
Your expectations could be any higher.
One of the greatest sports movies ever made.
That's the way they play ball!
Friday Night Lights. Own the DVD Tuesday.
Let's work it. Feel the fire. Feel the power. Let's work it. Feel the power. Let's work it. Myoplex, bars, shakes, and powder, because the only number Shannon wants to be is number 1.
The U.S. Army All-American Bowl is brought to you by the United States Army, an army of one. By Reebok, the official performance apparel and footwear provider to the U.S. Army All-American Bowl and U.S. Army National Combine. And by Scout.com, the official selection partner of the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. We are set for our second declaration of the day as we send it down to Dave Burns.
And I'm with Game Time Raymond Henderson from Oak Creek, Wisconsin. He is here with his coaching staff, head coach Joe Cook and the boys. Wanted some family to be here, but mom's a little under the weather, and I understand your brother is really kind of the one who influenced you here. Don't give it away, but what did he tell you about this place?
Man, he just told me it was a wonderful place and that I do best whatever I do, you know.
All right, he said it was a decision that will shock the nation. Reach in there. Show us what you got, Raymond.
University of Tennessee, baby. Yeah.
There it is. He volunteers his services to the University of Tennessee. Bob?
Thank you, Dave. Tom, your thoughts on Raymond Henderson?
I've seen him play several times. He's up in Oak Creek near Chicago. He's an edge rusher, long legs, long arms, a real good burst to the quarterback. He's got to put on some weight and gain a little bit more strength. So I imagine 2-3 years at Tennessee, you're going to be seeing a big-time ball player.
Some say similar to Michael Strahan, the outstanding defensive end for the New York Giants. Matthew Waldron will kick off for the East after he connected on the 30-yard field goal. Deshaun Jackson is back deep. along with Jarrell Wilkerson. The explosive Jackson will take it after 10. Has a seam. And gets stood up and thrown down at the 32-yard line. Corey Magnum, Ricardo McCoy on the tackle. So Raymond Henderson is declared to Tennessee.
Henderson, look at this 40 time with him at 6'5", 260, running a 4.6 40, and he packs some of that weight on, Tom, and he's going to be one of those guys that is impossible to block coming around the corner.
That's why I liked him so much. He's a speed guy, not a real bull rusher yet. He's got to get a little bit stronger, but he's got such great potential. Phil Fulmer does a tremendous job recruiting the nation.
Sanchez remains in at quarterback for the West. R.J. Jackson is in at tailback. Sanchez to throw, looking for Jackson, and he's got him. Deshaun Jackson in a foot race. No one will catch him. The Long Beach, California native scores on the bomb. 68 yards in the West. Gets it back with a touchdown.
And how about that throw from Sanchez? That's a corner route. That's one of the most difficult throws to make, and he dropped that thing like a dime.
But there is a flag back at the 35-yard line.
It's an illegal lineman downfield, it looks like.
And this play is coming back, so scratch the touchdown pass to Deshaun Jackson.
An eligible receiver downfield.
They had a safety on Deshaun. I don't think there was a fair matchup. A 200-pound safety, Adam Myers White.
First down.
John Barnes, the head coach of the West from Los Alamitos, California.
I say line them up and run the same play. See if they can cover him, because I don't know if they can cover Deshaun Jackson. Certainly not with a safety.
So take the touchdown off the board, and they'll spot it back at the 28-yard line of the West. So a couple of miscues by the West early. The fumbled snap that set up the field goal for the East, and now a penalty. And keep your eye on that ticker throughout the course of the day. We will let you know where some of these young men have declared to go to college. Some will be live, some have already determined. The official signing date is on February the 2nd. So the replay first down. Sanchez. Nice zip on the ball as David Nelson across the 35-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play.
Just a little hitch route, but that's a long throw from where Sanchez was standing back there. And when I was watching Mark Sanchez on film, he looked so smooth. There are no wasted steps, no wasted effort. He looks really comfortable in the pocket. And I mean, if you just saw him, you'd think you wouldn't know it was a high school level tape that you were watching.
He's going to USC. He told us yesterday he's excited with Matt Leinart coming back. He wants to learn under the Heisman Trophy winner.
Said he's going to be a sponge.
Little screen set up on the second down play. And then a heavy hit. Earl Heyman out of Louisville, Kentucky.
Heyman says, don't run in the middle.
So that'll set up a 3rd and 7. DJ Hort.
You got to look at the hit at the end right there. Even though it didn't count for anything, I can guarantee you that that'll stay in the head of Horde for a while.
And that's what a lot of the players told us yesterday when we met with them. In their high school games, they're used to running freely, but the speed of everybody in this game is sort of a wake-up call for them of what it'll be like when they play college ball next year. Now we're getting a timeout on this 3rd and 7 for the West, trying to move the chains. And get a look at Mark Sanchez talking with John Barnes, the winningest coach in Orange County history from Los Alamitos, California, Los Alamitos High School. Ray, let's take a look at some of the rules in this U.S. Army All-American Bowl.
Well, in order to make this fair for the offense, the defense is limited. They must play a straight 4-3 defense. They can't jump around or run any stunts. There's no blitzing from any secondary members or linebackers for that matter. And then on 3rd and 4th downs, they have to play man-to-man coverage. On 1st and 2nd downs, they can play a 3-deep zone or man-to-man. But on the critical downs, it's locked up, and we're going to see a lot of good one-on-one battles in those situations.
Keep an eye on the airwaves as competition will be shown.
Oh, we still have several players to declare in this quarter alone. We'll have about 20 players throughout the course of the day. Dan Doring, Ryan Bain, and David Geddes.
Let's go, here we go. find out where they're going. Raymond Henderson has just declared he's going to Tennessee. The defensive lineman for the west side, and Maurice Wells from the east announced he's going to Ohio State.
You know, we said it was a big day and a gut-churning day for these players and their families. How about for all those college coaches out there watching, seeing, all right, who am I going to get out of this game?
Get is split to the near side left. Sanchez on a 3rd and 7. Has some time. Looking for Jackson. Wants a flag. Doesn't get it. A lot of jostling going down the sideline with Adam Myers-White, the safety for the East from Hamilton, Ohio.
Yeah, they ran a little pick route down at the bottom, a wheel route to try and get him up the sidelines, but Adam Myers-White stayed right with his man. You're going to see the little pick route right there, but the pick didn't take hold, and Myers-White was able to slide in underneath that and maintain his coverage down the field.
Justin Brantley to punt. He is from Sealy, Texas. Bobbles the snap and then gets away a nice high kick. Fair catch call for by the East. And it'll be downed at the 33-yard line. Corey Magnum down there to cover it. So many more declarations still to come in the 2005 U.S. Army All-American Bowl from San Antonio, Texas. Trying to get a handle on where these young men will be going to college.
I was cooking dinner and I just fell asleep. But I collapsed. I couldn't call for help. But ADT did. They saved my life.
An ADT monitored fire detector actually signals ADT, so we can call for help. Call now and save over $100 off the regular price when you buy ADT's family package, and save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance. Call 1-800-ADT-ASAP. ADT, always there.
Chevy offers the most crew cabs of anyone. Colorado, Avalanche, Silverado, and Silverado Heavy Duty. The most crew cabs. That's why Chevy's the right truck. The official truck of an American revolution.
You've seen the pictures. You've heard the stories. Killer tsunamis in 12 countries. Thousands of children and their families dead, millions left homeless. But UNICEF is there. The lead children's organization in the world, UNICEF provides life-saving medicine, nutrition, clean water, shelter, and blankets in emergencies. Right now, millions of survivors need our help. Call 1-800-4UNICEF or visit unicefusa.org.
One of the greatest sports movies ever made, it's time, is coming to DVD.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about!
With exclusive bonus features.
Where you going? You want me to go in, Coach? You don't want a helmet? My goodness gracious.
Including high-impact deleted scenes that never made the cut.
Show them who we are.
Friday Night Lights. Own the DVD Tuesday.
The East leads the West 3-0 in the 2005 U.S. Army All-American Bowl. Time for another declaration as we check in with Marty Snyder.
And Bob, this is the Doring family. Big Dan Doring from Illinois, 6'6", 300 pounds. Somebody's going to get a good lineman out of you. And Dad Rick and Mom Cindy here. And this has been an exciting process to get to this point. Tell me about getting it narrowed down to your team.
Well, I just went out and found the best schools that I like the most and just sorted them through about what I'm looking for in the school and came down to my decision.
All right, and who are you going to decide for today?
Dan Doring is going to the University of Iowa.
All right.
It's great to be a Hawkeye.
Mom, you happy about that?
I'm thrilled, and we feel very blessed for the moment.
All right, congratulations, and good decision for the University of Iowa.
Tom Lemming, what about Dan Doring and the Iowa Hawkeyes?
I'm a little bit prejudiced towards Dan. I live a mile away from him. I've known the family for a while. He's probably the most athletic of all the offensive linemen in the country this year. He looks skinny at 290. He's probably going to be 320, 330. He's going to great offensive line coach like Kirk Ferentz. I imagine he's got a tremendous future ahead of him in the next 2, 3, 4 years.
So that's how you get in this game. You got to move into Tom's neighborhood and become a good neighbor. But interesting about Dan Doring, you know, his dad played offensive tackle at Wisconsin, and his mother was a golfer at Wisconsin, and yet he's going to go to Iowa.
He loves Kirk Ferentz, and he loves the whole entire Hawkeye staff.
Jason Gwaltney got the last carry for the East, picked up 1, 2nd and 9 for the East. They have a 3-0 lead. Paulus to throw. Completes it near midfield. Nice effort by Fred Rouse out of Tallahassee, Florida. From Lincoln High School. He is an explosive player, and all the offensive players from the East told us he is a big play kind of guy.
And I'm amazed at the timing between him and Paulus, because before the ball was even caught by Rouse, Paulus had let it go. That's pretty good.
So 1st and 10 for the East. They have a 3-0 lead here in the first. Paulus looks left a little wide, looking for Nyan Boateng as we send it down to Dave Burns.
With Jamie Newberg from Scout.com. And Jamie, you kind of prepped us at the beginning that we might see some moves from Tennessee and Iowa, and we have, haven't we?
We have, with Big Ray going to Tennessee, the big defensive end, and Dan Doring, the big offensive lineman to Illinois, or from Illinois, going to Iowa. So a sign, I think, of some things to come for later today.
All right, and we'll keep checking in with Jamie as they move up the list, move around the list on the Scout.com top 10 in the country. Bob?
All right, Dave, 2nd and 10 for the East. They bring Michael Ray Garvin in the ball game from New Jersey, who is a defensive player but who excelled on offense in high school as well.
They like the quick screen to him, or a little reverse, fake reverse.
And that play didn't seem to materialize as Paulus just ran it for a half yard. Travis Beckham on the tackle. So Paulus faces a 3rd and 10. Get a look at Michael Ray Garvin from Don Bosco Prep, perennial power in New Jersey.
Watching Garvin on film, he's an explosive football player, both sides of the ball.
He comes out of the ball game. Paulus doing his best Peyton Manning as he takes the snap. Just looking for the deep ball. And a little too long, looking for Patrick Turner. Excellent coverage that time by Derek Pegues.
Pegues is doing a nice job throwing a blanket over Turner. Throughout the week in practice, Turner was probably the most impressive player out here, and yet he's being covered up pretty good so far today. Pegues right there inside the hip pocket, had the perfect position. There's really no chance Turner had to bring that ball down.
Tom Pegues is an outstanding athlete.
He's a quarterback, led his team to 2 straight state titles, and had played very little corner, but his coach said he's just such a great, remarkable athlete with a great vertical that he figured he could make the transition.
Mesko just gets the punt away, and he got plastered by Roy Miller. It's down to the 20-yard line.
Well, that's one of the things that sometimes maybe slips through the cracks when you have a game like this, is the special teams. People don't realize.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker. On the West, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
People don't realize how important and intricate special teams are and how much it takes to get things done right. That's not quite how it's done. He got it off fairly quick, and boy, that was just too much momentum going forward for Miller.
Miller, 290 pounds, couldn't slow up. You know, they're using the AFL football, the Arena League football. This is the only time the ball will ever be punted.
Yeah, in the Arena Football League, there is no punting. So I'm not sure the ball's used to this.
So by virtue of the penalty, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line of the West for the East. Gwaltney takes the handoff, tries to run out of a tackle. They say he's still up and fighting.
I think he got tackled twice on that one.
And he gets it all the way down to the 26.
Jarrell Poe had him in the backfield. I thought he went down in the backfield. But hey, keep running. Even if you fall down, keep running, right? Another look at it. You see Poe is right here in the middle. And actually, he's coming back from the backside right there. That looked like a tackle to me. Right there, that knee is down.
He gets credit for the 9. 2nd down for the East. Paulus. Little fade for Rouse, a little too far, incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not sure Rouse thought he was going to get the ball thrown to him initially in his route. He was kind of coasting a little bit, and then at the end tried to catch up to the football and wasn't able to make it up.
Kevin Thomas on the coverage. So it'll be a 3rd and short for the East. They have a 3-0 lead. And now Jonathan Crompton comes in at the quarterback spot. Waltney, the tailback. Errant snap. Crompton looking to run. Finds some room and then gets hammered by Tyler Blum. Back at the 31-yard line, so they'll lose about 6 on the play.
A rough shotgun snap there from Michael Ower, the center, right here in the middle. And boy, Barnes just never had a chance. Nice field on the hop, and then comes down and tries to make a play. But when this team was put together, they really didn't have a center. They were looking for volunteers, and Ower picked it up and took care of business right away, Tom.
Yeah, Michael Ower is a 347-pound offensive tackle in high school, but he volunteered to play center. His coach, Hugh Freeze, worked with him for about 3 weeks, and he's not too bad. Not on that play, though.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to do. That's a big
sure
center,
is.
though. I've never heard of a 347-pound center.
Remarkably athletic.
Mesko will punt from Twinsburg, Ohio. Jackson is back deep.
They do allow fake punts in this game.
Mesko was really booming him in practice. He's one of the best punters I've seen come out of high school in the last 10 years.
He was born in Romania, moved to the United States at the age of 11. His dad, Michael, is a professional bowler.
And he's heading to the University of Michigan next year.
Delay of game on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Previous spot. Replay. 4th down.
Going to have to kick in the swirling winds at the big house. It'll be a little different than what it is down here.
The East took the delay of game penalty to give him better angle on this 4th and 12. For Zoltan Mesko, who averaged 48.5 yards a punt in high school, takes a low snap. Toppling kick, and it takes a reverse bounce inside the 15. They'll spot it out right at the 15-yard line. So the West trying to get their offense on track. The East with a 3-0 lead. A lot more declaration still to come. This is the U.S. Army All-American Bowl on NBC.
My friends, it's not just who has the best college team, it's who's the best fan.
Recruiting is the hot topic all year long, and Rivals.com is the recruiting authority.
Rivals.com made me a recruiting expert. Video clips, full scouting reports, exclusive interviews, up-to-the-minute bulletins whenever an offer goes out or a player visits a school.
Checking in every day on Rivals.com, I think I know where these guys are going to commit even before they tell their mamas.
For real fans, it's the one source you need, Rivals.com.
Presenting Natalie, Snapple fan and animal rescuer.
My favorite flavor is Diet Snapple Lemonade Tea. It's so refreshing. It tastes great. You can't tell it's a diet drink.
Natalie, you said some nice things about us. So, to return the favor, here are some nice things about you.
Natalie can talk to the animals. She knows when they're frightened. She knows when they're hungry, scared, or hurt. And because of this gift,
Snapple, the best flavors on earth made for the best people on earth.
Know when to hold 'em, when to fold 'em, and when to bluff 'em. For the first time ever, it's the best 8 in the world at one table with a record $400,000 buy-in. We're all in. The Poker Superstars Championship, Super Sunday, February 6th on NBC.
A live shot from Camp Victory outside of Baghdad. The 1st Cavalry from Fort Hood, Texas, enjoying today's game here on NBC. Thanks to NBC News for providing the shot. As we send it down to Dave Burns, who's standing by with the Secretary of the Army.
Serving over there, it's a fantastic look at everyone in Baghdad and all of Iraq serving us. It's just fantastic. Secretary of the Army, the Honorable Dr. Francis J. Harvey with me now. And, sir, your involvement here, I mean, it's just got to make the Army so proud to be involved in this game, which is all about teamwork.
We are very, very proud to provide this opportunity to these young, talented student athletes and to give them this opportunity to demonstrate the qualities that are important to the Army. As you say, teamwork, leadership, the commitment to excellence, the real desire to make a difference. Now, I know today's game is primarily about the players, but since we're the sponsors and we're a nation at war, as you know, it's also about the men and women in uniform. So I'd like to take this opportunity to really thank our soldiers and to thank the other service members of the other branches of the armed forces for their sacrifice and service to the country. As the Secretary of the Army, my #1 priority is to provide for the well-being of soldiers and their families, the training, the equipment, the organizations, the quality of life. So that's important. I want our soldiers to know that. And let me end by saying that I want to thank the American people also for their support. That support helps sustain our soldiers as they do the hardships in Iraq and Afghanistan and all the other countries of the world. So thank you to America. Thank you to our soldiers.
Thank you, sir. We add our thanks from NBC to all of our men and women serving in the armed forces around the world. Bob?
All right, Dave, and we echo those same sentiments. On the last play, David Nelson, the speedster from Wichita Falls, Texas, on a go route. The pass from Ryan Perlew, the #1 quarterback of the nation, and Michael Ray Garvin called for a hold on the pass.
And it's pretty obvious. He grabbed him right between the 1 and the 9, and it's a good call by the official as Garvin. And he didn't really need to do that, I don't think. He didn't need to grab the jersey. He had the hand in there. It probably wouldn't have been called until he actually grabbed the cloth.
There's a bit of a size mismatch. Michael, and the reality is about 5'8", and David 6'6".
There's our first look at Ryan Perlew from Louisiana. Pass in the flat to Sean Jackson and gobbled up.
How about this?
Jamario O'Neal led the charge.
How about this East defense? They are all over the field. O'Neal comes up and makes that play from the secondary position, but that defensive line has just been blasting through there right now, and they are dominating the line of scrimmage. Got Earl Heyman up there, Melvin Alays, J.B. Paxson. That's a pretty solid defensive line.
So 2nd and 12 now for the West. The East with a modest 3-0 lead here in the first. Perlew has Stewart as the lone tailback. And whistles and a flag. Tom Lemling, let's talk a little bit about Ryan Perlew.
You know, I was thinking, Ryan, I didn't know how much success he'd have in a game where he's playing in a spread offense. I think he's more of a tuck and run, more of a guy who just initiates plays and makes plays on his own great athletic ability. I saw him throw a football 65 yards from one knee this spring, and his arm strength's unquestioned. His speed is 4.4 to 4.5 range, and he weighs almost 230 pounds. So he's my #1 player in the country, and I think he goes into the right offense in college, he's going to prosper right away.
He's verbally committed to Texas, but he wants to make his visits before he makes an official decision. Ray told us he can throw one about 90 yards with a little wind at his back.
Yeah, very little wind, the strength of his arm.
On the draw play, Stewart pinballing his way up to the midfield, and then he fumbles the football, and the East has it.
Well, they finally make a big play on offense, and it turns into a big play for the defense as Jerome Hayes comes up with a fumble recovery. But how about that explosion by Stewart?
Jonathan Stewart with an explosive run of 30 yards.
Boy, one little cut, and then it's all speed as Stewart hits the open field and ends up getting the ball knocked out there at the end. He's got to learn to take care of the football at the end of those long runs.
I think Jamario O'Neal forced the fumble, and it was recovered by Jerome Hayes from Bayonne, New Jersey. So the second turnover, second fumble by the West. Good field position for the East. Compton can't find Rouse as he was covered nicely on the play.
Kevin Thomas Jr. with the coverage, and actually Mangum over there too. But there was a little contact down the field, and the refs are letting the defense play a little bit here today.
Mangum from Texas. His brother Kevin plays at Texas A&M. Second and 10. And that play gets nothing as they try to give it to Alon Lewis. He loses a couple on the play. Philip Dillard on the tackle. Dillard from Oklahoma. Smart player. Let's send it down to Marty for yet another declaration. Marty?
And Bob, this is the Bain family. Ryan Bain, one of the Illinois prospects and defensive lineman. And this is a very special game for you. Your brother just enlisted in the Army. He is training now to be an Army Ranger. What does it mean for you to play in this game?
I don't know about him, but it means a lot to me, really, to represent my family, my brother, and the rest of our country playing in this game.
This has been a big decision, so where are you going to go?
University of Iowa, baby.
And the Bain family happy, Mom Cindy, and what went into this decision? And did you talk to Dan Doring? You guys both are going to Iowa.
A lot of us are, and I just picked the school that's best for me.
All right, Ryan Bain headed to Iowa.
All right, Marty, second player declaring live here on NBC, Iowa.
We're going to get to learn that fight song pretty well by the end of today if that keeps up.
Mesko with the punt. Wilkerson picks it up at his own 11. And Wilkerson stopped at the 17-yard line. So Dan Doring and Ryan Bain have selected Iowa. Many more declarations still to come at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl on NBC.
It was a cold and blustery day when he took the field, but like a true grill iron master, he knew whatever Old Man Winter threw his way, nothing, not snow, not sleet, nothing would stand between him and his big, plump ballpark Franks.
Ballpark Grill Master Franks. Be big, be meaty, be frank.
Different types of terrain, 40 different tracks, and a free-roaming environment that lets you ride wherever you want to. ATV Off-Road Fury 3, rated E for everyone.
My car is my baby. That's why I use XR5000. The secret is the advanced bipolar.
Go ahead, blaze your own trail.
Looking for a new car in 2005? Then join NBC for a look at all the newest and hottest styles, plus some of NASCAR's biggest stars buckle up and take a test drive.
As an inspired young driver, I wanted to race and win enough money to buy me a Corvette.
The International Auto Show, next Sunday, 1 Eastern, NBC.
Welcome back to the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. Ryan Bain has just declared Iowa. We're set for our 5th live declaration as we send it down to Dave.
And that would be with David Geddes, speedster on the wide receiver position. Let me ask you, David, and with his family here, and Coach Paul Knox on the end there, little sister Danielle, Valerie Mom, and Dale back here. Let me ask you, was the type of offense at the school you're going to choose a real big part of that as you could able to use your speed?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. They need some receivers, and I feel that it's a place that I can go and fit in real fast and make a big impact on the team.
All right, well, let's see which school definitely needs some receivers. David?
The school I chose, Baylor University.
Bob, it's Baylor for David Geddes.
So David Geddes from Dorsey High School in Los Angeles chooses Baylor.
He chose Baylor because he's one of the top hurdlers in the country, especially in the West. He's a 6'3" football player with great hands, but a much better track athlete at this time.
Perilou to throw under a little pressure. Being pursued by the entire East defense and finally nailed and dropped by Derek Nicholson, the middle linebacker from Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Boy, he had his back, Jamal Charles, wide open in the flat, but he couldn't find him because he was running too many circles in the backfield back there. And when I watched Perilou on tape, this was what I was impressed about with him, is his mobility and just knowing where to go and that extra sense of where people are coming from in the pocket.
Ball spotted back at the 12. 2nd and 16 for the West. They've turned it over twice, which set up the lone score of the game, a field goal for the East of 30 yards. R.J. Jackson, the tailback, gets the carry and picks up a couple of the 15. Once again, check below on our ticker. We'll update the declarations throughout the course of the day. We've had 5 live so far during today's broadcast. Others have already declared. Tyler Blum, another play going to Iowa.
And Iowa's already moved up in the rankings as far as what we saw earlier today, with a couple of linemen going there, and some other these youngsters also have Iowa on their list. They may get more as we go on.
Geddes is back in the game after making his declaration to Baylor. He's at the top of your screen in that 3-receiver bunch. Perilou completes it. Sean Jackson's got it right near the first down marker. Might be a hair short as he stepped out of bounds.
See where they mark it over there.
And he is short.
Sean Jackson has been pretty much the only effective weapon for that West offense so far. Had a touchdown catch earlier that was called back because of a penalty. See right there, he gets the foot in. He's in, but he steps out just short of first down yardage.
Justin Brantley into punt. Jamario O'Neal back deep along with Rouse. Booming kick. Fred Rouse. The adventure begins for Rouse.
What was that?
And he's going to lose a bunch.
He ran for a while, though.
46-yard punt, about a 25-yard return that netted minimal yards. Well, as we mentioned, a lot of players have already declared. Let's get a sampling of where some of the schools are that these young men will be playing next year on the college level.
Greg Paulus, Syracuse, New York, quarterback for the East, and I'm going to Duke.
Martin Lucky, North Hollywood, tailback. I'm committed to Nebraska.
Demetrius Morley, Miami, Florida, defensive back, and I am committed to the University of Tennessee.
Rashard Mendenhall, Skokie, Illinois, running back, and I'm committed to the University of Illinois.
Jay Christensen now in at quarterback for the East from Lockport, Illinois. His dad, Jeff, a quarterback in the NFL with several ball clubs. And he's going to get sacked back at the 20-yard line. Oh, good pursuit to the ball by Roy Miller.
Well, Miller, we saw him sack the punter earlier. Now he got the quarterback this time, and he's another guy that throughout this week of practice, the coaches couldn't say enough about how he rushes the quarterback and his ability to get off of blocks.
You know what I think? I think the quarterbacks aren't really used to the speed of the game yet. I think they appear to be uncomfortable with it at this stage, early stage.
There's Miller right there coming. There wasn't much of a block attempt on him.
Maurice Wells on the carry, can't get the edge. Excellent pursuit to the football. Brandon Tatum chased him down and shut it down. Tatum, a safety from Fort Worth, Texas. You know, talking with the players, we saw it on Rouse's punt return. Tom, you mentioned it with the quarterbacks. This is what they're going to see on the next level. Everybody is an all-star. Everybody is great. In their high school games, they don't see this level of competition across the board.
Throughout the week, the players kept telling me that how shocked they were at the speed of the game with these great players on both sides of the field.
3rd and 19. Christensen not able to complete the pass. Reginald Smith on the coverage as he was trying to hook up with Trey Strauss.
That's good coverage by Reginald Smith. He's a kid that's had 26 interceptions in his high school career. That's just amazing.
So Mesko is in to punt. Deshaun Jackson back deep with Wilkerson. Wilkerson on the right part of your screen.
Let's see if Roy Miller's in there, if he can get after that punter again.
Mesko with a high punt, not deep. Wilkerson from his own 48. An unbelievable pursuit. Nicholson was the first one there, and then Cushing cleaned it up on the 33-yard punt. Well, high-flying offensive specialist Damian Harrell puts his 33-game touchdown streak on the line to lead John Elway's Colorado Crush against Orlando as the AFL on NBC returns with an action-packed doubleheader. And later, don't miss breakout quarterback Raymond Filia on the Chicago Rush march into Dallas. Be sure to catch the hard-hitting action in 2 weeks as the AFL on NBC returns.
I'm really looking forward to that. You and I have that Orlando, Colorado game week 1, Bob, and I think that's going to be a preview of Arena Bowl 19.
And I'm coming after you in the fantasy game this year.
Bring it on.
First and 10 for the West. With a little inside handoff. Not much there. Jim Barnes is now in at quarterback. He is the son of the head coach of the West, John Barnes.
You know, it's interesting, too, because you would expect maybe the coach's son to get a little preferential treatment. It was later in the week when the team actually found out that it was his son. A lot of the kids didn't make the connection, and he certainly hadn't been getting any special treatment. They didn't even know.
His older brother Brian, a lineman, and John said he never thought his son wanted to be a quarterback, but in 8th grade he said, "Dad, I want to come play high school football with you and be a quarterback."
And they got the ball and headed for the backyard.
2nd and 12 for the West. Elise with the pressure, but it's caught anyway. Deshaun Jackson, he's going to get his touchdown this time. Diving, and then he fumbles the football. He was not in.
Well, they're going to give him the touchdown, but he might not have been in. The hot dogging cost him.
Now the officials are going to huddle up.
Well, they threw a flag back there.
Well, for excessive celebration, I don't think he ever broke the plane.
I don't know if the ball got in, his body got in as he did that, I don't know, a 3/4 flip. I'm not sure what you'd call that. And Jackson's over there trying to make his case that he was in. The side judge did actually raise his arms and signal touchdown.
Well, that'll be a hard lesson learned for Deshaun Jackson, who some say is reminiscent of Marvin Harrison of the Indianapolis Colts, a player who never does excessive celebration.
The ball is dead on the 1-yard line.
Well, here's Jackson trying about a 5-yard leap. And that ball
right there is where the ball hits. And I'm not. Yeah, that ball never did get into the end zone. I'm not sure what that move was, but might not want to try that one again, Mr. Jackson.
And remember, once the body or the ball hits the ground in high school football, the play is dead. Deshaun Jackson, he got into a little thing with the coaches yesterday, and Ryan Perlew actually went over and calmed him down. He was a little frustrated with some of the things that were going on. And
there's Herman Boone giving him a little lecture right now about the right way to act.
There's Ryan Perlew right there, and when we spoke to him, he's such a leader, and he went over there and he did have a conversation with Deshaun Jackson, told him don't keep things inside, don't worry about this stuff, just go out there and do your thing. And he did his thing all the way to about the half-yard line, and then he did something else, and that wasn't good.
Yeah, whoever his college coach is will.
He's probably going to wind up at USC, and he's watched Reggie Bush do a little flip into the end zone every now and then, and I think he's probably trying to emulate his hero.
Make sure you're in the end zone. That's it. That's the era. That's the era that we're in.
Yeah, and also act like you've been there before, maybe.
I'm going to take one more look at it as Deshaun Jackson had an easy touchdown, but trying for the spectacular, puts the ball down inside the 1.
There, you can see it.
And then he got a 15-yard penalty for the excessive celebration. So instead of 1st and goal inside the 1, the ball is spotted at the 16. Draw play. Jackson lost the football but recovered by the West. Elise with the big hit on R.J. Jackson, but Sue recovers it. And Damakong Sue from Portland, Oregon, saved the possession. Played his high school ball at Grant High School in Portland, Oregon. .6'5", 280 pounds, plays on both offense and defense. Did on the high school level.
Right, he came in here expecting to play defense, and they had some shortages on the offensive line, and they moved him over there, and he picked up right where he left off.
2nd and goal from the 16. Barnes.
Wide open.
Wide open touchdown. Todd Walker from Texas makes the catch. On the feed from Barnes.
Well, that was just a blown coverage back there for the East secondary because Todd Walker was wide open. And Barnes hit him right on the numbers.
Todd Walker played quarterback in high school in Texas, but playing in this game as a receiver, and he hauls in the touchdown catch. So John Barnes and the West now have the lead as you get a look at Walker grabbing the 16-yard catch from Barnes. Extra point coming for Jordan Congdon. And he knocks it right through. So some fits and starts at the end of the first quarter. But Barnes able to hook up with Todd Walker, and the West has a 7-3 lead at the end of the first quarter. Still more declarations to come live on NBC. We'll return to the U.S. Army All-American Bowl after these messages from your local NBC station.
NBC Sunday, you'll see Jack and Jude, Nicole and Uma, Tom and Will, Renee and Scarlett, Matt and Johnny, Don and Leo, George and Clint, and Denzel and Jamie, Meryl, Halleck, Jim and Brittany, Gwen and Kate and Janet, Scarlett, Hillary, Ellen, Alan, and Sting. It can only happen.
It's really great to see a couple of you.
At the Golden Globes, live 7/6 Central, NBC Sunday.
FIM, your source for game room fun. New reclining home theater seating with space-saving design, covered with fine Italian leather. Annual recliner with straight wedge, brown or black Italian leather, just $449 a section. Or premium electronic control recliner with wedge-shaped arms, covered with quality Italian leather, just $549.99 a section. Nostalgia neon wall sign, 8 styles with new technology case, $99.99. 30 styles of beautiful framed game room art from $129.99. At FIM, your source for game room fun. And also Bloomingdale, Downers Grove, Crystal Lake, Joliet, Orland Park, Gurnee, Arlington Heights, and Darien Woodridge area. Or FIMstores.com for more information.
Good morning, Planet Earth, and welcome to the show that never ends.
Be heard around the world.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to BeOnAir.com.
BeOnAir.com is the Illinois Center for Broadcasting student-staffed internet radio station.
It's real-world experience. You can't beat it.
Traffic is at a standstill on East 9th Street.
Be an on-air TV correspondent or work behind the scenes.
The school has great job placement assistance, and I'm ready.
For a satisfying career in radio and television, the Illinois Center for Broadcasting.
Jewelry, the gift she'll always remember. The Jewelry Exchange manufactures most of their jewelry in their state-of-the-art factories and won't be undersold. 1-carat 3-stone rings are $4.99. 1-carat tennis bracelets are $2.49. 2-carat $3.49. 3-stone pendants are $99, and 1-carat studs are $3.99. The Jewelry Exchange has thousands of rings, earrings, pendants, and bracelets, and we guarantee all the jewelry we make to appraise for double. Buy factory direct and save. The Jewelry Exchange in Villa Park.
Total Globes Access this weekend on Access Hollywood.
The 2004 NFL Draft saw the first U.S. Army All-Americans reach the top level of their profession. Defensive tackle Tommy Harris Jr. started all 16 games for the Bears. Lions running back Kevin Jones rushed for over 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns this season. And wide receiver Michael Clayton led the Tampa Bay Bucks with over 1,100 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns this season. Kevin Jones, the rookie rushing leader for the Detroit Lions, is standing by with Marty.
And believe it or not, he was in the first U.S. Army All-American Bowl. And how did this game propel your success at Virginia Tech and now on the Lions?
Man, it just prepared me to go against, the top competition in the country. And I went to Virginia Tech and had a successful career there.
And these kids, what are they going through this weekend as they try to proclaim what college they're going to?
I mean, it's nerve-wracking and frustrating, but once you decide where you're going, then you have a good career after that. If you keep working hard to do what it took for you to get here.
All right, and he promises me the Lions are getting better next year. I know Ray Bentley, you have to watch him all the time on TV, so he says they're going to be better next year.
Good. I grew up a Lions fan, and when you grow up with something, you like to see it do well.
All right, the East on the kickoff return. Demetrius Morley, and he got hammered. At the end of the first quarter, that Barnes touchdown pass to Todd Walker looked like the clock ran out. The officials let the play stand, and thus the West has the 7-3 lead. Beckham on the tackle. We still have more live declarations to come here in the second quarter. Tang Nanan Boateng will make his declaration, as will Roy Miller. He's had a good game. Dace Richardson and Anthony Moeki. So the East with the football, now trailing 7-3. Christensen, the quarterback. Nothing doing in the running game. He gave it off to Wells and shut down in a hurry.
That's Gerald Powell who came in there and just took care of business on the other side of the line of scrimmage. He's an unbelievable defensive tackle in there. It looked like he was born to play the position. 6'3", 350-pounder.
Actually, it was Elon Lewis who ran with the ball, and he is down, and you see he has that brace on his left knee. That's the area that he's holding as the East trainers come out to attend to him. Lewis from Hampton, Virginia. Played his high school ball at Phoebeus High School. A lot of big bodies.
He's right there, and Poe is going to be the defensive tackle that comes in right here and makes the hit. And you can see all the weight was on that left knee. Boy, they're getting off the line quick. See Miller get in there quick, and now Poe with the pow.
Poe's over 330 pounds now after a good week of eating.
Yeah.
And Lewis favoring that left leg where he has the knee brace on.
No, and that's the one thing that you hate to see in an all-star game at any level, in particular here today. You want these kids to get through this game healthy and ready to move on in their college careers.
So Raymond Henderson of the West come over and give Lewis a pat. These players have bonded, coming from various backgrounds and different regions of the country. Part of the special nature of this game, they get a chance to learn about different areas of the country and different cultures, and get to know each other on a much more extended level.
You even pick up new words. We were talking with Greg Paulus, or excuse me, it was Ryan Perilou was telling us, Mark Sanchez was telling us Ryan Perilou called him Wardy instead of Buddy, and I guess that's from Louisiana. So all you Wardies out there, hang in there.
And the D line of the West jumping. So we send it down to Dave.
Dead ball foul.
Dude for Mark Sanchez. Sorry, we get the penalty here. It was dude for Mark Sanchez because he's from California. So Sanchez and Perilou rooming together here at the Army All-American Bowl discovered they had a lot of similarities but some differences too, and Wardy came out of Perilou's mouth when dude came out of Sanchez's.
They got it all squared away as the week went on. This time the carry goes to Tony Baker, and he picks up a couple to the 20.
I haven't seen Tony Baker really do much today, and coming in we thought he would be a guy that would take over this ball game, and he certainly has done so throughout his career, but we have not seen a whole lot out of him yet today.
He will make his declaration later on today. 3rd and long for the East. Christensen has room to run, tucks it down at the 25, a couple of yards short of the first down. Ryan Reynolds was standing there, and the quarterback did the wise thing and got down. So the East will have to punt the football away here in the second, trailing 7-3.
The East offense has struggled throughout the afternoon, regardless of who they've had in there at quarterback. We've yet to see Jonathan Crompton. Maybe when he gets in there, he can move the chains a little bit.
Mesko to punt again. Jackson and Wilkerson deep. Booming kick by Mesko. Jackson and Wilkerson bobble it. Wilkerson can't fall on it, and it's recovered by the East. Brian Cushing from Oradell, New Jersey, recovers the muff punt. And it'll be first down for the East at the 26 after a 48-yard punt.
That's the break they needed. They got their first points on a takeaway, the field goal, and here there's just a little miscommunication. Both of them want the football, and neither of them end up with it.
Wilkerson couldn't get the handle there, and then as it squirted free, Cushing recovered it.
I think he tried to peek up and see what was coming after him. Right here you see him look up to see if he was going to get crushed, and when he did, he took his eye off the football, and Cushing came in there and scooped it up.
Brian Cushing has not made his decision yet. Still has some more visits after the game. He'll fly right out to USC. Paulus back in. Has a man on the left. Rouse. What a move by Rouse to get a couple extra yards down to the 15. Piggy's on the tackle.
That's a lot of moving around for Fred Rouse. Very quick. You can see his ability to change directions. He's just a big play waiting to happen.
Tom, what about the attributes of Rouse?
His head coach Dave Wilson tells me he's in a school of great athletes. Lincoln High School's produced a ton of them over the years, that he may be the very best athlete that school's ever produced. He's sort of a Randy Moss type, speed-wise and height-wise.
Motion man is Patrick Turner. 1st and 10. Paulus has a man in the end zone, but it's batted away by Kevin Thomas, who recovered nicely on the play.
Yeah,
There's a flag on the play as well.
Thomas was originally beat, but when the ball hung up in the air from Paulus, he had the makeup speed to get back underneath there and knock it away.
That's broken up by number 10, Kevin Thomas Jr. from Oxnard, California.
Huggins, the intended receiver. Check on the penalty.
Illegal formation on the offense. 6 men on the line of scrimmage. That penalty is declined. We're going to play second down.
Gonna look at Kenny Lucas, the head coach for the East Side. Said, can I put these kids on a bus and take them back home to play for my high school team next year? It's just amazed by the talent. He was an assistant on the East Side last year.
Coach is back in the Washington, D.C. area, Gonzaga College High School.
2nd and 10. Paulus has some time. Everybody covered. Turner can't make the catch, incomplete. It'll set up 3rd and 10.
Everybody covered is right, Bob. He had no one to throw the football to, as nobody got separation back there. Paulus, he couldn't even as he scrambled, find somebody open.
The West cornerbacks are really impressing me because Fred Rouse and Pat Turner have everybody in the nation chasing them. They're 2 prototypical wide receivers with separation speed normally and great height. They're doing a great job.
Piggy's had a good game, so is Thomas. 3rd and 10 for the East. Paulus under a lot of pressure. Paulus just throws it away. Incomplete.
Oh, again, great coverage back there. And I'm holding my breath up here. Paulus is running for his life. It looked like he was going to get it.
Well, Paulus will play college basketball at Duke. He averages 26 points per ball game, and Mike Krzyzewski was holding his breath if he was watching this play.
But look at the ability of Paulus, though, to the sense of where he has to go in the pocket and the ability to stay alive, and then the smarts to dump that ball at the end. You sure he's going to play basketball? Looks like he could be a good football player, too.
His mind is set. Duke is where he's going.
We have an illegal forward pass. The ball did not go past the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of down from the spot of the pass. We're going to play 4th down.
Paulus said when he first showed up and he saw some of the players from the West and even some guys in the East, they thought he was the kicker. He said, yeah, I'm the quarterback.
He's got a kind of a build like Joe Montana had, and he's just like Joe Montana, a great basketball player, football player.
Matthew Waldron, who hit from 30, will try a 41-yarder for the East. Trying to set up their second score. Their first one set up by a West fumble. Waldron set. Mesco to hold. And that kick gets blocked at the line. Picked up by one of the players on the West. He was trying to advance it, but the kick gets blocked right at the point of attack. A little pushing and shoving, a little frustration.
Yeah, Ray Malaluga, the linebacker, got the block on that.
Still more declarations to come. The West, as Ray Malaluga was right in on the play. He'll declare later. Brian Bain is declared. Many more to come here on NBC.
Let's work it. Feel the power. Feel the power. Let's work it. Feel the power. Let's work it. Myoplex, bars, shakes, and powders, because the only number Shannon wants to be is number 1.
What we did was the same thing American soldiers have been doing for generations. Soldiers now and soldiers then. There's the same courage, determination, and willingness to serve. What's changed is our equipment, our technology. But the spirit of a soldier, that's never changed. And that's what makes the difference.
Laughter, like people, comes in all shapes and sizes. There's the ha 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 ha. Then there's that. And who doesn't love the But you know what doesn't get a laugh? When you say hurtful things about others. Telling an ethnic joke or using a racial slur can pass along hate, and there's nothing funny about that. Hate is no joke, and it should never be a punchline.
The U.S. Army All-American Bowl is brought to you by the United States Army, an army of one. And by Adams USA, the official sponsor of the National High School Coach of the Year. San Antonio, Texas, the site of the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. Ray Bentley, what a block by this young man, Ray Malaluga.
It was an incredible athletic move by Malaluga. Here he is right here. And I need a big circle for him because he's a big kid at 250 pounds. Watch him jump over the offensive guard here. A hurdle, and then get the hands up and block the field goal. That's an unbelievable effort from Ray Malaluga.
He will make his declaration later on today, but we're set for yet another as we send it down to Marty.
Well, Bob, I'm with the Boateng family. Nyan, of course, the outstanding receiver out of New York City. Mom, Teresa, over there, and Coach Sean O'Donnell right here. Or, I'm sorry, Sean O'Connor. Got the name wrong. So, Nyan, this has been an interesting year for you. You broke your ankle earlier in the year, dislocated your tibia. You didn't play. What's it like to get back out on the field?
First of all, I would like to thank God for making all this happen for me. 4 months ago, I had a serious injury. I missed my whole senior year. But because of him, a lot of people didn't expect me to play in this game. But, you know, it was God willing.
Nebraska led for a long time. Florida made a late push. Let's see who won the battle.
Well, it was a tough decision, you know what I'm saying? It was a long process. But me and my family came together, and I think we made a good choice. I'll be attending the University of Florida.
Coach Urban Meyer gets one of the best receivers in the country.
Nyan Boateng has a 40-inch vertical. He's not the fastest receiver out there, but he has a sure pair of hands, and he's got tremendous upside to his potential because of his attitude and aggressive style of play at wide receiver.
Nyan Boateng from Lincoln High School in Brooklyn, New York. The West with the football. And the screen pass by Barnes incomplete. They have a 7-3 lead here in the second off the chest of Jonathan Stewart.
That was Brian Cushing, the linebacker, who came up there and made sure that play wasn't going to go anywhere.
They call him Tang Tang. 4.4 40 time. 190 pounds.
His 440 is what he says he runs. He's more of 4.6 it looks like. But he's, as I said, he's got strong hands. He's strong Michael Irvin type body.
And to come back in what, just 4 months off of a broken leg and ankle, that's pretty amazing.
He's got the right attitude.
Barnes will work out of a shotgun set with Charles, the back, to his right. 2nd and 10. Barnes up to the 40-yard line. Able to complete it to Slick Shelley. Let's send it down to Dave Burns.
With Jamie Newberg of Scout.com, the top 10 is changing a little bit. In fact, one team was way out of the top 10, moving up.
Yeah, that's right. The Iowa Hawkeyes went from 18 all the way up to 10 with a couple commitments in that first quarter from Ryan Bain and Dan Doring. Ohio State moved up 2 spots from 7 to 5, and Tennessee jumped Oklahoma. They're now number 2. Will they finish today number 1?
We'll keep our eyes on that down here, Bob.
And there is Ryan Bain from the east side. He is declared Iowa. 3rd and 4 for the West. They have a 7-3 lead. Barnes from the shotgun. Wide open for a first down is Shelley again. Slick Shelley from Fort Smith, Arkansas. Couple of catches. What about Shelley, Tom Lemming, and his attributes?
Slick's his real name, too. That's right. His attributes. His father, he's an Army brat. His father's been all over the country as an Army captain or Army soldier. But he's 6'3" to 6'4", great hands, surprising speed. He's got excellent speed and had a great junior year and a pretty good senior year.
Well, you have to be pretty good to live up to the name. I mean, if you're going to call yourself slick, you better be slick out there.
1st and 10 for the West. Here in the second, they have a 7-3 lead. Little draw play. Picks up 2 to Marlon Lucky. Ryan Cushing on the tackle.
Well, if he'd have cut that thing back to his right, he had a big hole. Josh McNeil, the center there, made a nice block, and this kid's an outstanding football player. Here he is right there in the middle, and you see the double team there. And watch it drive. Watch him finish this play. He's going to push his man all the way to the sideline.
2nd down for the West at the 48-yard line of the East. Jim Barnes from California, the quarterback. Heavy rush, and Barnes has to throw it away. Marcus Slocum, number 75, pushed the pocket from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
He did more than push the pocket. He broke right through it. That was a great get off from Slocum. Here he is right in here. And watch this little rip move, and he didn't even slow down. A nice little how do you do at the end.
He earned All-American honors as a tackle on offense, and the colleges are trying to convince him that he's an offensive guard in college. But right now, the way he's playing, looks like he might be able to stay on defense.
3rd and 8 for the West. Jackson split to the top of your screen. Barnes will throw. Looking for Jackson. And nearly intercepted. Good coverage on the play as the East converged nicely. Brian Evans closed on the football. Evans from Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, Evans should have made the interception here. It went right through his hands at the end of the play. He does a nice job as a safety getting over here. You can see Evans show up right up here. But watch this, it went right through his hands there. Oh, he wants that one back.
So it'll set up a 4th down for the West. They'll have to punt the football away. Justin Brantley to punt. Rouse and O'Neal back deep. Oh, little fake. Brantley tosses it to Peggy's. Peggy's fighting for the first down, and he's got it for the West. Little wrestle down on the West side. The fake punt, gain of 12.
Higgins is the guy who made it work.
Well, he's had a very good ball game.
They give you the misdirection and run the reverse right here. Nice block there coming from the blind side. Another block there, and there was a lot of people making plays there to allow the first down.
So first down for the West. They have a 7-3 lead. And a game highlighted by defense so far. John Barnes, the head coach of the West Side, with a trick play. Kenny Lucas is saying, you can't do that. We've only been together a week.
What's up, my boy at home?
Sanchez back in at quarterback for the West. Oh, you had Deshaun Jackson wide open, and they just could not connect.
And miscommunication in the secondary for the East. Two guys took the deep route, and they let Jackson wide open underneath. Sanchez wasn't able to get it to him.
Get a look at the ticker below. The players that have declared live on NBC or those who have made their intentions known earlier. We'll have many more declarations still to come throughout the course of the ball game.
What may not be known is Ryan Bain, who's now playing defensive tackle, has never played the position before in high school. He's an inside back the last couple of years. He's gained about 20 pounds since last year. He's almost 270, and I think I was going to definitely use him at nose tackle.
2nd and 10 for the West.
Which sounds like he ate his way all the way to a 4-point stance.
We had a delay of game against the West as a penalty marker comes down with 5:07 to go here in the second.
Delay of game on the offense, 5-yard penalty. Previous spot. We play second down.
Coach Barnes giving some instructions to Sanchez. And there's Jim Barnes, Coach Barnes' second oldest son. You know, we were talking to Coach Barnes a little bit yesterday and asked him about his son, and he kind of downplayed it. And then by the end of the interview, he was all about his son. And you know, as a father, he's got to be extremely proud, and he certainly is.
2nd and 10 at the 39. Sanchez, plenty of time. Has a man downfield, touchdown. David Geddes got past the defense, 39 yards, as Sanchez threw a bullet.
What a move by Geddes late in that route. He made it look like he was running to the outside and then broke it up the sideline. And the throw was perfect from Sanchez.
Geddes, who earlier declared Baylor, gets the touchdown.
There he is. He get a little look outside and then went past the cover man. And that's a mistake by Victor Harris Jr. He had his eyes back at the quarterback instead of watching Geddes.
So David Geddes from Dorsey High School beats Victor Harris from Virginia, and Geddes, who declared Baylor earlier in this quarter, gets a touchdown of 39 yards. Condon on for the extra point. Sanchez holds, and the kick is good. So a fake punt sets it all up, and then David Geddes, who is on his way to Baylor, hooks up on the 39-yard touchdown pass, good protection, and Mark Sanchez found his man for the score. The West in front, 14-3 here in the second quarter. Sanchez loving it. He's going to USC.
Well, my friends, it's not just who has the best college team. It's who's the best fan.
Recruiting is the hot topic all year long, and Rivals.com is the recruiting authority.
Rivals.com made me a recruiting expert. Video clips, full scouting reports, exclusive interviews.
Up-to-the-minute bulletins whenever an offer goes out or a player visits a school.
Checking in every day on Rivals.com, I think I know where these guys are going to commit even before they tell their mamas.
For real fans, it's the one source you need, Rivals.com.
No matter what the sport, anytime athletes sweat, they lose more than just water. Gatorade puts back the sodium, potassium, and carbs all athletes need to perform at their best. Water does not.
Honey, does this make me look fat?
You betcha.
In the time it takes to pull out the sleeper sofa, you could save hundreds on car insurance. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Can your glue do this?
Or this. Wonder Glue can, but it won't save you any money on car insurance.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Why haven't you called Geico?
Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Roger Clemens, Wayne Gretzky, Barry Bonds, and more. The Michael Jordan Celebrity Invitational. Next Sunday, 3 Eastern, NBC. It's a challenge unlike any other in professional sports. The Q School. Who will withstand 6 days on the brink? The PGA Tour qualifying tournament. Next on NBC.
2004 Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee Barry Sanders electrified the NFL for 10 seasons and finished his career as the league's third-time all-time leading rusher. In 1988, Sanders won the Heisman Trophy with the Oklahoma State Cowboys. The accomplished running back was the keynote speaker at last night's U.S. Army All-American Awards dinner. The great Barry Sanders joins us live here in the booth. How was that experience for you last night, Barry?
I tell you, it was fantastic. You know, especially being with you know, the young athletes and also the men and women of the military. Had a great evening.
I know you went and talked to some people in the military before heading over there. What kind of message did you have for them?
Well, that basically they are an encouragement to all of us, and I'm proud to be a citizen of this country because of the type of service that they give to us.
You know, one of my favorite stories I like to tell is about the time I almost tackled you. It was back in 1990. I was with the Bills, you were with the Lions. I come shooting through the middle on a blitz, and you started running like a land crab, 90 degrees sideways to get away from me. I don't know how you did it, but I almost tackled you. That's my favorite story to tell.
Well, I was definitely trying to stay away from you that day.
I don't blame you.
Well, many others missed Barry Sanders throughout the course of his career. Barry, you were a guy that always handed the ball back to the official after a touchdown. We saw a young player today try to celebrate a little bit too early. I guess that's a lesson he'll keep with him for the rest of his football career.
Yeah, I'm betting next time he'll probably do something different.
What's Barry Sanders doing nowadays?
Well, you know, it's kind of great for me because I get a chance to watch a lot of football, and I'm still a great football fan. So I'm involved in a small business, but I always make sure my weekends are free so I can watch games.
Kevin Jones, who's an alum of this game, now runs for the Detroit Lions. He had a very good rookie season.
Yeah, I tell you what, City of Detroit is happy to have him there. He's a great player, and we're looking forward to see what he's going to do in the future.
The East with the football, trying to move it. Barry, go ahead, Ray.
Let me just get one question. Do you miss carrying the football?
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. It's nothing like competition. You know, I'm sure you know that. So, yeah, every now and then, you know, I'll have a flashback or something like that.
Barry, with the explosion of media and the internet and, of course, this game as well and kids declaring on national TV, take us through what it was like when you decided on Oklahoma State.
Well, yeah, there was no real cameras around. But, you know, for me, it was an exciting day because I was really just happy to be able to get a scholarship. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go to college on an athletic scholarship anyway. So, you know, I didn't have a lot of offers. It came down to really 3 schools, Tulsa, Iowa State, and Oklahoma State. You know, I did it sort of quietly in my living room with my parents. You know, and obviously they were elated because coming from a big family and knowing they didn't have to pay for another kid to go to college was a big thrill for them.
And just like your career, quiet but great. Barry, thank you very much for the minutes.
Thank you.
All right, the great Barry Sanders, Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee from the class of 2004. And we have another declaration with Dave.
And on the west sideline with Roy Miller. And I've got half of Killeen, Texas here with me, I think, as well. And it's a special celebration because Sergeant Roy Miller, back from a year in Iraq, here to celebrate with his son his big decision. So, Mr. Miller, young Mr. Miller, what's it going to be?
Well, it's been a long way, but I like to end my recruit and commend to the University of Texas.
He's a Longhorn. He's going to stay in state. He was courted by Oklahoma, by Utah, by UCLA. But it's going to be Texas, guys.
Miller, hook 'em horns from Killeen, Texas, Shoemaker High School. Made his presence felt in this ball game already, and he's going to Texas.
Really a pleasant surprise this week in practice. He's I knew about Jarrell Poe, but I really thought that Roy Miller maybe had been a step behind him, but no, he's an equal talent, and I think had the talent to play as a true freshman at Texas.
The East mounting a drive. Paulus able to hook up with Boateng. Picks up about 3 or 4 on the play.
Roy Miller getting ready to go back in the game. His father actually spent a year in Iraq, and so being a part of the U.S. Army All-American High School Bowl game means much more to their family.
And get a chance to go back in and keep playing in this U.S. Army All-American Bowl game. Paulus checking things at the line. Play clock at 10. 2nd and 2. Paulus looking for Rouse, overthrew him by a hair. Piggy's on the coverage. He's been everywhere, Derek Piggy's. A high school quarterback from Mississippi.
Played quarterback in high school, like you said. He's playing a great job at cornerback today. Guy that can do it all.
Some say he's a Ken Lucas type. Lucas plays for the Seattle Seahawks. Big 3rd and 2 coming up for the East as they try to keep this drive going. The wide receiver screen, and it's going to be close.
They're going to mark him just a little bit short, Bob.
Patrick Turner with the catch. Turner, an interesting story. His dad, Steve Turner, played running back with the Houston Oilers. They work out together every day, he was telling us.
Yeah, he says that his dad can take care of him in the distance. When they run the distance, he can't compete. But he says now he can beat him in the sprints.
Said his dad is the hardest working man he knows. He's a Metro police officer and has a landscaping business. And that is his role model. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Paulus under pressure. And he misfires looking for Turner.
And Paulus was upset with himself on that one. Simply overthrown.
Tyler Blum got the pressure, so the 4th down conversion for the East fails. The West with the lead, 14-3. Still more declarations to come here on NBC.
I think I figured out what I want to do with my life.
Yeah, that is.
Help people and be incredibly successful.
Okay.
If I gave 100 people a shot at a decent life, then they'd be successful. And that makes me successful.
Sounds like a nice plan. Someone's hiring for that?
Coming to DVD.
Make no mistake about it, gentlemen. We are in the business of winning. This is real, sincere warfare, and we will be perfect.
Friday Night Lights. Own the DVD Tuesday.
I will not be afraid of the dark.
I will not feel guilty leaving my dog alone.
I will know my children are safe.
I will finally be able to relax! A single ADT system can help protect your home and family from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. Call now and save over $100 off the regular price when you buy ADT's family package. Plus save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance. Call 1-800-ADT-ASAP. ADT. Always there.
NBC Monday. Fear Factor Couples continues. The question that's eluded generations is finally answered. Can a man listen to directions?
Turn right! Oh, straight! Which way?
Ooh, this is fun, babe.
All new Fear Factor Couples. NBC Monday at 8, 7 Central.
Mark Sanchez, who's going to USC, has thrown a touchdown pass. We're set for more declarations as we send it down to the east sideline and Marty Snyder.
Well, Bob, I'm with two families, the Moyaki family over here, Anthony, the great tight end. These two guys, teammates, Dace Richardson, both guys from Illinois, they're teammates, as we said, in high school, and there's a reason they're together, and it goes a little further. You guys both heavily recruited, offensive line, tight end. Let's see who you guys picked.
We wanted to go to the Rose Bowl, so we decided to choose Iowa.
All right, they're going to the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Two more live declarations for Iowa. Ryan Bain and Dan Doring also declaring Iowa. So a lot of future teammates at Iowa playing in this football game. Christensen, Strauss, Blum, Doring, Bain, Richardson, Moeki.
It's quite a list.
West with the football. Parallel. Slick Shelley with the catch. Picks up about 7 on the play to the 49-yard line of the East.
You know, for the past several years, the Hawkeyes have been under the radar recruiting-wise, and they're no longer under the radar. They're over the rainbow, it looks like.
Yeah.
Perilou on the draw to Marlon Lucky. He's got a first down before he stopped at the 45-yard line. And sent it down to Dave Burns.
Well, you know, guys, Parade Magazine, the one that you get in your Sunday paper every week, they have picked an All-American team for the last 41 years, and this is the 42nd year they'll be doing it, the top 58 players in the country. And this issue will be coming out next weekend. You can get it in your local paper. Now, Mike O'Shea is the contributing editor for Parade Magazine, who focuses on this particular All-American team. And you've got a special award to give to one extra special player here today.
The Parade Magazine Player of the Year this year is a true All-American on and off the field. He led his team to an undefeated season, the #2 ranking in the nation. He's a very good student with a 3.8 grade point average and quietly volunteers throughout his community. It's my pleasure to present Mark Sanchez with the Parade Magazine All-American High School Player of the Year Award.
Mark, what do you think of that honor?
Thank you so much. That is a tremendous honor. I couldn't do it without the Lord and his wonderful blessings, without the U.S. Army for providing this unreal venue for us to play in today, the city of San Antonio. I couldn't think of a better place to play here. I got to thank Coach Johnson, his wife Debbie. I know they're here today supporting my entire family. And just thank you again so much. It's an honor to be here. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Another accolade for Mark Sanchez. And remember, this week you'll be able to see this in your paper. Look for it, the All-American team from Parade Magazine. Guys?
All right, Dave. Sanchez has thrown a touchdown pass, and now Perilou throws one up, and Deshaun Jackson makes an unbelievable catch. Are you kidding me? Down to the 12.
Amazing catch. You know, that ball looked like it was uncatchable. It was going to be intercepted, and Jackson just comes over there and takes it away.
Kind of made the catch like a center fielder would, and he's the top baseball prospect in the state of California also.
He steps right in front of King and wrestles the ball away. And that's what you got to do when it's up in the air like that. You got to make it yours, and that's what Jackson did.
Perilou avoids the sack. Perilou looking for Walker, and he can't find him. Well, Deshaun Jackson, who had a problem in practice yesterday, Perilou calmed him down. Earlier in the ball game, he had a sure touchdown, but excessive celebration and putting the cart before the horse here.
That's where he took off at the 5-yard line, and his jump was only 4.5 yards. Now, if he could go 5.5, we wouldn't be talking about this.
That was a lesson learned. Of course, the West would eventually cash in on a touchdown pass anyway from Barnes to Walker, but that was a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the ball hitting the ground inside the 1. But then Jackson comes back with a fine catch on the feed from Perilou.
Yeah, Jackson's made more plays than anybody so far today.
See, the play clock is already down to 2 for the West. No flags. Perilou has a man. Touchdown! Slick Shelley just found an open spot in the defense.
That was a great job by Slick Shelley of finding that open spot. Man-to-man coverage back there. And once Perilou started scrambling, or excuse me, Perilou started scrambling, he found that open hole, and Perilou found him.
And each quarterback in the West is throwing a touchdown pass now. There's the arm strength, Tom Lemming of Perilou.
I just liked his decision-making there, finding him. He's always done a great job when he's able to run out of the pocket to find his second and third receivers.
Congdon for the extra point. Sanchez is the holder. And Congdon's able to knock it through. So after falling behind 3-0, the West has scored 3 unanswered touchdowns. And there's a look at DJ Horde from Kansas City, Missouri. Outstanding wide receiver. His choices: LSU, Notre Dame, and Wisconsin. He will make his declaration live at halftime here on NBC. Plus Andrea Joyce with scores and highlights. And you'll get a look at the AFL trailer starring John Bon Jovi and John Elway. It is fabulous. You don't want to miss it coming up at the half, including DJ Horde making his declaration live. Actually, DJ stands for Don Juan. Really?
Yeah, and I asked him, what's the DJ for? And he kind of said, he said it real loud. We said, what? Don Juan. I said, are you Don Juan? Oh, yeah, I think so.
Well, I saw one of his teammates get in the end zone. Slick Shelley on a touchdown catch from Ryan Perlew.
Again, Perlew finding the open man late in the down. Slick Shelley finding that open spot, and they hook up for the touchdown.
And that's unfair to the safety, Adam Myers-White. He had to try to cover 2 guys. And Perlew digging the touchdown pass. He would have had another one, but Jackson's
I'm sure all of his
faded leap.
All of his wardies back in Louisiana are happy for him right now.
Talking with Shelley, and he said it was either you or Jackson, because Adam Myers-White, the safety for the East, was trying to cover 2 guys in a 5-yard span. Ryan Perlew, the Ballpark National High School Player of the Year. USA Today had him the #1 player in the country.
You see why after a play like that.
Little squib kick. That's a live ball, and the East falls on it at the 32-yard line. Nicholson covered it up for the East, the linebacker. Some of the pass winners, Adrian Peterson, the Ballpark Player of the Year last year. Chris Leak, the quarterback. Lorenzo Booker, the running back from Florida State. Kevin Jones.
That's a pretty impressive list right there. I'd take that in my ballpark anytime.
See those guys playing on Sunday. Of course, Jones already is with the Lions. 11 seconds left here in the first half. Compton in at quarterback. Compton wants to run it. Compton dives to the 44-yard line.
You see him point to DJ Horde. Hey, block that guy. And DJ looked at him like, are you crazy? He just turned around and watched him run.
And that is the final play of the first half. The West with 3 touchdown passes. Mark Sanchez, Ryan Perlew, and Jim Barnes have each thrown 1. The West in front, 21-3. Still to come, live at halftime, DJ Horde of Kansas City, Missouri will make his declaration. The West coming back from a 3-0 deficit. They lead it 21-3. A nervous time, though, for DJ Horde and his family. His declaration to come, 21-3 at the half. Andrea Joyce standing by at the studio as you get a live look from Iraq.
This season, The Apprentice will be different.
What about having a guy dressed up as a girl?
Not that different. It's book smarts versus street smarts. Half the contestants have a college degree.
High school graduates lack some class.
And half don't.
We're gonna kick some MBA.
Whose side are you on? The new Apprentice, NBC Thursday after Joey.
Why pay rent when you can own from just $849 a month? Ryland Homes presents townhomes designed for the way you live today in Gilbert's, Montgomery, or Plano. Ryland features first-class carpentry and service from Denkin Roche Builders, concrete excavating and site utilities from R.A. Bright, and electrical work professionally done by Source Electric. Own a townhome from just $849 a month. Act now while special financing is still available. For a free brochure, call Ryland Homes at 1-800-929-5062.
FIM Fun in Motion makes staying home fun and affordable. 4 generations family-owned since 1959. Turn your inside game rooms into an ultimate playhouse with pool tables, dining poker tables, bars, bar stools, table games, arcade games, neon art, and so much more. Plus new reclining Italian leather home theater chairs and Italian leather sofas, love seats and chairs. Or turn your backyard into a family resort with swimming pool, patio furniture, or spas and gazebo. With pre-season pricing, FIM makes your home lots of fun. Incredible selection and great values at Fun in Motion. And also Downers Grove, Bloomingdale, Crystal Lake, Joliet, Darien, Woodridge, and Arlington Heights. Or FIMstores.com.
Diamonds, GIA and EGL certified. The Jewelry Exchange has thousands of diamonds, all at low prices. Compare the Majors I-1 1 carat for $4,900 with our SI quality for $2,900. Quarter carat solitaires are $89, half carat solitaires $299, and 1 carat studs $399. We specialize in 18 carat and platinum and carry 2 caraters and above. Only the Jewelry Exchange has a low price and double value guarantee. Buy factory direct, the Jewelry Exchange in Villa Park.
Tonight, Topher Grace, The Killers, and all new Saturday Night Live. This is the NBC Sports Update. Here's Andrea Joyce.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our New York studio. Let's quickly update you on what's going on in sports. A team that plays in New Jersey visiting a team from Pittsburgh. No, it's not the Jets and the Steelers. That's later on. This is college basketball. Highlights of Seton Hall and Pitt. Early second half, Pitt leading by 11. Senior forward Siobhan Troutman nails the corner three. The Panthers led by 14. But the Pirates came back in this one. Justin Sarasoli will hit the three to give Seton Hall a 1-point lead with just under 2 minutes to play. Pittsburgh's next possession, Troutman picks up the loose ball, hits the putback and the foul. The Panthers led by 3. They go on to win it 67-63. Troutman with 23 points for the Panthers. Elsewhere, Indiana visiting Purdue. 9/10 of a second left in the first overtime. Indiana up by 2. Purdue's Carl Landry with the catch and the bucket to tie the game as time expires. Landry was fouled on the play. A free throw would win it for the Boilermakers, but the junior misses, so they had to double overtime. And in the second extra period, Purdue would need another miracle, trailing by 2. Brandon McKnight's 3 would win it, but it's no good, and Indiana holds on 75-73. The Boilermakers are 0-4 in the Big Ten for the first time since the 1962-63 season. And there was good news yesterday for a pair of national championship coaches, and they coach at the same school. Both Jim Calhoun and Gino Auriemma were given long-term extensions by the University of Connecticut. Calhoun, who won his second national title last season with the men's team, received a 6-year extension. Auriemma, who won his 5th women's championship last year, got a 5-year extension. For all the latest news, scores, and stats from college basketball, log on to NBCSports.com. Click on a special section on college basketball's biggest rivalries. It is all at NBCSports.com. Well, USC football fans are still in the state of euphoria, still basking in the glory of their second straight national championship. The Trojans are now seriously thinking about a three-peat. Yesterday, Matt Leinart, the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, announced that he will be back next season, foregoing for the time being millions of dollars from the NFL. Leinart thus becomes the first Heisman Trophy winner from a national championship team to return to school the following season. In golf, the second stop on the PGA Tour is the Sony Open in Hawaii, and much of the focus over the first 2 days was on Michelle Wie, the 15-year-old phenom. Wie was looking to become the first woman in 60 years to make the cut in a PGA Tour event. Wie with an early birdie try on the second hole. She misses, and as it turns out, her putter would cause her problems all day long. We did show some good signs with this chip for birdie on the 5th hole. It would just miss. She did, however, save par. But again on 15, Wie's par putt misses. She shot a 4-over 74. Her score of 9-over missed the cut by 7 strokes. And taking a look at the leaderboard heading into today's third round, Shigeki Maruyama with 4 birdies and an eagle in the second round has a 1-shot lead over Justin Rose. And with the Olympic Winter Games in Torino, Italy, just 13 months away, some winter sports news now. Bodie Miller, the American skiing star who won 2 silver medals in Salt Lake City, finished 3rd today in a prestigious downhill in Wengen, Switzerland. Miller's finish prevented an Austrian sweep. The American remains on top of the World Cup standings. Coming up next, we'll return to San Antonio for Daryl Worley. He'll be performing Awful Beautiful Life, the #1 song on the country music charts. But first, we'll step aside for these messages from your local station.
Gather around. Check it out. Thank you. Let it all hang out.
The Golden Globe Awards. Live, unpredictable. You are man. It can only happen at the Golden Globes.
I'm just getting started.
NBC Sunday, 7/6 Central.
FIM, the Christmas Giants Final Christmas Clearance. 5-for-1. Tinsel garland, wrapping paper, holiday bows. Buy 1 at original ticketed price. Get 4 free. Novelty tree trim, Christmas lights, stocking still figures, European glass ornaments. Buy 1, get 4 free. Breeze animated figures, outdoor illuminated figures, glittering fiber optic trees and figures to 85% off. Shelf stock must go. Natural light Christmas tree. Additional markdowns taken. 7.5-foot trees from $19.99. Plenty of 10, 12, even 15-foot trees in stock. Hurry! Final Christmas clearance. 5-for-1 at FIM, the Christmas Giant, and also Downers Grove, Bloomingdale, Crystal Lake, Joliet, Darien, Woodridge, Arlington Heights, and Gurnee, or FIMstores.com.
morning, Planet Earth, and welcome to the show that never ends.
Be heard around the world.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to BeOnAir.com.
BeOnAir.com is the Illinois Center for Broadcasting student-staffed internet radio station.
It's real-world experience. You can't beat it.
Traffic is at a standstill on East 9th Street.
Be an on-air TV correspondent or work behind the scenes.
The school has great job placement assistants, and I'm ready.
For a satisfying career in radio and television, the Illinois Center for Broadcasting.
Jewelry the gift she'll always remember. The Jewelry Exchange manufactures most of their jewelry in their state-of-the-art factories and won't be undersold. 1-carat 3-stone rings are $4.99. 1-carat tennis bracelets are $2.49. 2-carat $3.49. 3-stone pendants are $99, and 1-carat studs are $3.99. The Jewelry Exchange has thousands of rings, earrings, pendants, and bracelets, and we guarantee all the jewelry we make to appraise for double. Buy factory direct and save. The Jewelry Exchange in Villa Park.
The Golden Globes, Sunday 7/6 Central, only on NBC.
As we welcome you back at halftime, a look at Deshaun Jackson of the West squad celebrating just a little bit early. If there is a lesson here for football players of all ages, it is this. Make sure you get into the end zone before you start celebrating. Well, the halftime festivities continue in San Antonio. Let's listen in now to country music star Daryl Worley performing Awful Beautiful Life.
We're going to do the #1 song in the nation for you right now. I woke up early with a pounding in my head. I'd been out the night before with all my friends. A little worried, kind of wondering what I did. I said, Lord, please forgive me for my sins. My wife wanted to kill me, but she tried to save me first. You're going if I have to drag your butt to church. I love this crazy, tragic, sometimes almost magic, awful beautiful life. I read the hymns and kind of sort of sang along. Made it through the Sunday sermon wide awake. We met the family for dinner at our home. Drank some beer, watched the game, and cooked some steak. My little brother had a big fight with his wife, and my poor mother sat between them both all night. I love this crazy, tragic, sometimes almost magic, awful beautiful life. Come on, Swab. That's Flash on the fiddle. We said a prayer for cousin Michael in Iraq. We're all aware that he may never make it back. We talked about the way we miss his stupid jokes and how he loved to be a soldier more than most. I laid in bed that night and thought about the day and how my life was like a roller coaster ride. The ups and downs and crazy turns along the way, it'll throw you off if you don't hold on tight. You can't really smile until you shed some tears. I could die today or I might live on for years. I love this crazy, tragic, sometimes almost magic, awful beautiful life. I love this crazy, tragic, sometimes almost magic, awful beautiful life. All right. It's a beautiful life. Awful beautiful life. I love this life. It's a beautiful life. I love this life. Yeah. Thank you.
Country music star Daryl Worley. A reminder, 2 weeks from tomorrow, arena football returns to NBC. Among the teams you'll be seeing during our doubleheader on January 30th, the Philadelphia Soul, owned by John Bon Jovi, and the Colorado Crush, whose owner used to play a little football himself. Perhaps you remember John Elway. The rock star and the quarterback have become fast friends.
Bon Jovi. Elway. What you doing in Vegas, little buddy? Come a little buddy, me, pork chop. We're gonna be here in June for the Arena Bowl. You're dreaming. Am I? Why don't we settle this thing right now? Well, go for it. What's the problem?
It's getting nasty on the floor.
What do we got? Card cheats?
Worse.
Elway and Bon Jovi? Oof, this could get ugly. Wanna give me a hand?
No.
Guys, are you trying to start something in my casino?
Danny, it's nothing we can't handle outside.
Oh, you want to take it outside? Let's go. Don't you two own arena football teams? Yeah. Well, then why don't you keep it inside?
Not a problem. Hey, guys. Yeah, come on down.
I think you dropped this key.
Craps tables on the end zones, progressive slots, and all-you-can-eat seafood buffet are out of bounds.
I'm good.
Red 20.
Oh my God. You're Brett Favre.
Well, yeah. Yes, I am.
Follow the drive to Arena Bowl 19 Las Vegas, Sundays on NBC.
How are we gonna pay for this?
You're to blame. You give love a bad name.
Hey, where you from? So am I.
Buffet, 20% off.
Hey, aren't you John Elway?
No, kid, I'm Brett Favre.
Pretty good job of acting, first of all, by John Elway. Fired up for the season. Ray, it's time for you to make your flip-flop picks.
Oh, my flip-flop picks. How about Orlando's going to win the Arena Bowl, and John Elway will actually change his name back from Brett Favre to John Elway, and he'll take his Colorado Crush team down to Las Vegas, but they will lose. Orlando's going to be the Arena Bowl championship.
Subject to change. Yeah. The opening weekend of the AFL on NBC, Sunday, January the 30th. The commissioner, David Baker of the AFL, was here at the awards banquet last night to hand out the award for the AFL Iron Man of the Year award. And David Baker has been a driving force behind the AFL and really has done a fantastic job with this league.
He really does a great job, David Baker does, and he handed out that award last night. And it's a guy from your neck of the woods, Bobby.
Yes, the AFL Ironman of the Year, Brian Cushing of Bergen Catholic High School in New Jersey. Played linebacker, played running back, played tight end. He's playing in this game today. That touchdown right there gave his team the state championship against arch rival Don Bosco Pratt.
He's an unbelievable football prospect, can play a lot of different positions. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up.
Well, right after today's game, Brian Cushing, the AFL Ironman of the Year, is going to go to USC for his official visit with Pete Carroll. He said if USC was on the East Coast, that'd probably be his first choice,
yeah.
But he has yet to make his decision. There have been some live declarations so far today during the ball game, and you see Iowa so far has picked up quite a few players.
A great day for Iowa so far. A couple of big linemen early on, and they got Roy Miller and Dace Richardson and Anthony Milwaukee, the tight end. It's a great class for Kirk Ferentz's team.
Raymond Henderson is going to Tennessee. Still more declarations to come, like Ray Malaluna from Eureka, California. He's playing for the West squad. He'll make his declaration later on. Tony Baker's going to make his declaration. So still a lot more to come. It's going to be exciting.
A lot more to come in this second half. We'll even get to see some football, which I'm excited about, but also where these young football players going to go and take their career further. It's going to be exciting.
Well, I'll tell you, an outstanding wide receiver hails from Kansas City, Missouri. DJ Horde. Don Juan Horde is his name. Where is he going to school? Let's check in with Dave Burns.
And just so you know where the Don came from, of course, that's Dad Donald over here, okay? I don't know where the Juan came from, but we'll get to that another time. DJ here is going to make his decision today. Got Mom Stephanie here, Sister Donisha, and of course his coach Tony on the end there from the guys at Rockhurst High School in Kansas City. Let's talk just for a second. You had a coaching change. Well, let's not talk about that because I want to talk about that afterwards. I want to get right to your declaration, my friend. Who are you going to play for this year?
I'll be playing
next year.
Next year, I'll be playing for the University of Notre Dame.
The Fighting Irish, and of course we would have given it away if I'd asked my question, which was you went through a coaching change during the course of your recruiting process. How difficult was that?
It was pretty difficult in the beginning, but after I got to meet all of them, talk to them, I just felt comfortable with them, and that was just a perfect fit for me.
And of course, he's talking about new head coach Charlie Weiss, who we understand is getting a special break from practice with his New England Patriots so that he can watch this. Here's your new boy, DJ. Say hi to your coach.
Hey, Coach.
All right, then we come and celebrate, guys. Your son is going to the University of Notre Dame.
Well, I asked DJ Horde yesterday if he's been watching Patriot games a little more closely. Charlie Weiss, the offensive coordinator with that innovative offense. Of course, the Patriots play tomorrow afternoon against the Indianapolis Colts in Foxborough. And DJ Horde said, yes, I've enjoyed watching the Patriots. I'm excited. Ray Bentley, 6'2", 195 pounds.
Hey, he's going to be an outstanding addition in South Bend. And I know that Coach Weiss is really looking forward to getting him up there and getting the football in his hands.
You know, I'm calling the game tomorrow. I bet you Charlie will have a big smile on his face when I see him before the game. DJ Horde is going to Notre Dame. Of course, you can see Notre Dame football here on NBC. The second half of the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. Coming up, more declarations like DJ Horde, who's going to be with the Fighting Irish.
Introducing the new commotion in the Chevy family. The Cobalt Coupe, Sedan, and SS Supercharged. Chevy Cobalt, an American revolution.
The strength of body armor lies in its ceramic plating. The strength of an Apache helicopter lies in its composite ballistic armor. The strength of an Abrams tank lies in its steel-encased armor. But the strength of a nation lies in a simple piece of aluminum.
The greatest source of America's generosity is the good heart of the people.
In the aftermath of the devastating tsunami, we come to you not as presidents, but as two private citizens.
Everyone can help, and every dollar contributed will impact someone's life. So visit usafreedomcorps.gov to choose a reputable, authorized charity to accept your donations directly.
No one can change what happened,
but we can all change what happens next.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's one show that is keeping viewers up on Mondays. Medium. Discover the woman who can see what the police can't.
This was done to them.
How do you know that?
Your sister told me.
All new Medium. NBC Monday at 10/9 Central.
The Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. The U.S. Army All-American Bowl. The West leads the East 21-3 as we get set for the start of the third quarter. Mark Sanchez of the West from Mission Viejo, California, has a touchdown pass, and he shared with us his favorite Friday night moment.
The most memorable Friday night's moment was as a sophomore on varsity. I was called into the game on the first play of the fourth quarter on a 3rd and 15, and we had a post route on the inside called the Bobby Withorn, a receiver now at Washington with the Huskies, and he was able to catch it at about 15 yards and take it for 55 yards for a touchdown on my very first play. I'll never forget it, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Mark Sanchez's Friday night moment. Don't forget the movie Friday Night Lights is released on DVD this coming Tuesday, and all these players have special moments. Tom Leving Let's get your take on DJ Horde of Kansas City going to the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame.
It was a great catch for Charlie Weiss, because Notre Dame, everybody knows, it may be a little bit lacking in speed. He's a 10.500 meter, 10.8 FAT time, so he's going to be the kind of guy that could help spread a defense out, and it's exactly what they needed. And I can't say enough good things about the job Charlie Weiss has done in just the short time he's been at Notre Dame. He's called several hundred top prospects, working at them day and night. And I can make one prediction here. At this time next year, you'll be seeing Notre Dame getting an awful lot of these commitments at this game, because the way he's going, the staff he's put together is going to be an outstanding one.
Yeah, it's amazing to me he's able to do that and work with the New England Patriots towards a Super Bowl at the same time. Quite a guy.
Well, Charlie Weiss and the Patriots getting ready for Peyton Manning and the Colts tomorrow afternoon in Foxborough. DJ Horde is going. There is Camp Victory outside of Baghdad, the 1st Cavalry from Fort Hood, Texas, enjoying it, a live feed from Baghdad. And once again, on behalf of all of us, thank you, men and women, for defending democracy both at home and abroad. And you see the members of the U.S. Army here as well, enjoying today's ball game. And it is always a lot of fun to come to San Antonio for this event. They roll out the red carpet for the athletes, the spectators, the Army personnel.
And the announcers.
The East will receive the football to start the 3rd. They had a 3-0 lead. The West has turned it over a couple of times, which have led to scores. The East has not mounted any serious attacks. Congdon to kick off. Still more live declarations to come in the second half. Justin King. Justin King. Justin King all the way to the 46-yard line of the West. Let's send it down to field side and Dave.
And with Jamie Newberg from Scout.com. Jamie, you've been getting some emails and want to know some really specific things. What have fans and recruiting experts out there on the couch emailed to you?
Well, one came in wanting to know about Tony Baker, the great running back from North Carolina, going to NC State. Hey, you're going to have to hang in there.
You can't tell him yet, right?
About an hour, we'll know. But, hey, circulating around camp this week, perhaps Tennessee making a move, Vols or NC State. I think it'll be one of the two. Another question about Ryan Perlew, quarterback for the West. Will he stick with Texas? I don't know. I think it's LSU or Texas. If I had to guess today, I think he's going to be an LSU Tiger.
Gut feeling from Jamie down here is Perlew goes to LSU. Bob?
All right. And we'll keep our eye on that. Jonathan Crompton, the quarterback for the East, gets sacked. As you get a look at Perlew, he's thrown a touchdown pass. Declaring in this corner, Ryan Reynolds, Melvin Elise, Gerald Powell. Reynolds has had a very good ball game from Las Vegas, Nevada. Plays for the West. Very fast. Where will he go to school? Jonathan Crompton from Waynesville, North Carolina. Quarterback in the East. 2nd and long. Little screen. And look at the defense for the West just pursuing to the football. Linebackers, linemen, everybody was there to stop Anthony Moikin.
It was Marcus Shavers who read the screen and got there first. 6'4", 260-pound lineman out of Allen High School in Texas, and he was not fooled at all by the little fake there by Crompton, sitting outside and makes the sure tackle for the loss of yards.
What about the speed of Shavers, Tom?
He runs about a 4.8. You know what he does is he's a real powerhouse type of defensive lineman, and he's got exceptional quickness to the ball, especially in a limited space.
3rd and a long way, and Crompton can't hook up with Turner, and the pass falls incomplete. So the East could not take advantage of good field position after the 46-yard kickoff return by Justin King.
Yeah, they've yet to find their rhythm on offense. They haven't found a little thing that'll work for them yet.
It's kind of surprising to me because in practice, Turner, the wide receivers Turner and Fred Rouse really look fantastic, and they're tall guys with blazing speed. I think it's just a matter of time.
Wilkerson and Jackson back deep to receive this punt from Zoltan Mesko. Lining low kick. Wilkerson misjudged it. Rolls inside the 5. And a touchback. It just grazed the goal line. So a 56-yard punt. The West will start at their own 20-yard line. More declarations still to come in the U.S. Army All-American Bowl on NBC.
Scout.com is proud to be the official selection partner for the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. Selecting 80 players from thousands is difficult, but now possible because Scout.com created the national recruiting database and unified the most trusted college football scouts, all at Scout.com. And tonight only, Scout.com is totally free, so you can see why we're America's #1 independent online sports network and the #1 publisher of college team magazines. That's Scout.com, all free tonight.
Cobra 6, this is Spectre 6. Target acquired, over. Target identified.
Element search for Hotel Victor Tangos, 2 and 8. Execute assault time now.
The U.S. Army All-American Bowl is brought to you by Reebok, the official performance apparel and footwear provider to the U.S. Army All-American Bowl and U.S. Army National Combine. And by Scout.com, the official selection partner of the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. From San Antonio, Texas, the Alamo Dome, the scene for the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. Bob Papa, Ray Bentley, Tom Lemming in the booth. Marty Snyder and Dave Burns working the sidelines. That last punt, Ray Bentley.
Well, watch this right there. You're going to see the white line, and the ball never touches the line, but his fingers do right there. And then he touches the ball. So I think it's a good call, a very close call, but nonetheless a touchback. Good effort by Hayes, though.
1st and 10 for the West. They lead it 21-3. Jim Barnes back in at quarterback. Each of the West quarterbacks have thrown a touchdown pass.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
You see Jim Barnes, dad, John Barnes, the head coach of the West Side. And his numbers, 4 of 7, 84 yards. He hooked up with Todd Walker to give the West a 7-3 lead.
And I've been really impressed with Jim Barnes today. I think he's done what is expected. He sits back in the pocket and makes really good decisions on where to deliver the football. He's been able to move this offense.
1st and 15 for the West. As they work out of a 3-receiver set. Now they'll go to an I formation. And now they have to call a timeout. Well, we are set for another declaration. Ryan Reynolds, the outstanding linebacker from Las Vegas, is standing by with Dave Burns.
And he received a really great award last night, Bob. It's the Myoplex Speed and Strength Award. This is in the likeness of Walter Payton, and it was presented to Ryan by Walter's widow, Connie, last night. So big honor there. That award is given out by Myoplex for vertical jump and press and overall speed and athleticism. So someone is going to get the benefit of that, Ryan. You want to tell us who it is?
Yes, sir. And the college I chose was University of Oklahoma.
Oklahoma Sooners getting Ryan Reynolds and the whole family here to celebrate, along with his coach from Las Vegas. And they'll be very happy to see their son be an Oklahoma Sooner next year. Bob?
All right, Ryan Reynolds is speedy fast, and Tom Lemming and Ray Bentley, your assessment of Ryan Reynolds.
You know, the Myoplex Award was, he was born to win that award. This guy is super strong, super fast, instinctive, and very aggressive. His coach says he loves to play the game and does, and obviously it shows. He's got great quickness to the ball. I think he's better suited to be an outside backer than an inside backer.
He has all the tools. He could do either. And the thing about him, Tom, that I agree with, his acceleration. When he gets a little opening, there's no question he's going to get through it.
So Ryan Reynolds is going to Oklahoma. On that first down play, Marlon Lucky with the carries. You get a look at his statistics: 6'2", 220 pounds, and extremely fast. Bishop Gorman High School in Las Vegas.
They could have used him in the national championship game. They could have even used you and Tom, Bob. They needed some help in that one.
Pure domination by USC. 2nd and 15 for the West. Barnes with the play fake.
Hook and ladder.
A little hook and ladder play. Jackson, the recipient after Deshaun Jackson made the catch. R.J. Jackson, no relation with the run. Brian Cushing was not fooled on the play.
Great job by Cushing of hanging in there, because a lot of times you get a play like this, you're focused on the guy with the football right here who makes the catch. You see Cushing saw it coming right away and reacted and made a play. That's a heck of a football play by number 10 there.
The AFL Ironman Award winner, Brian Cushing, undecided yet as to where he'll play his college football. USC, Miami, Florida, Boston College, and Notre Dame still on his list. 3rd and long. Barnes can hook up in the flat with Wilkerson, who had a step.
I think that's the first bad pass I've seen Jimmy Barnes throw. Otherwise, he's pretty much been on target.
So Justin Brantley will come out to punt the football away. The East needs to make a play. They got a good kickoff return to start the 3rd, but went 3 and out. Justin King and Fred Rouse back deep. King was the one who had that nice kickoff return to start the 3rd. Oh, what a kick by Brantley. King lets it bounce at the 30. Takes an unfavorable bounce for the West side. And the East will start at their own 37-yard line after a 44-yard punt. Ryan Reynolds of Las Vegas, Nevada has selected Oklahoma. More live declarations to come on NBC.
So, Dad, there's something I need to tell you.
How much is this going to cost me?
Nah, it's not like that.
Is it the motorcycle thing again?
It's not the motorcycle. It's about what you said the other day. About doing something for myself. Maybe something important.
Okay, go ahead.
Advantage Rent-A-Car, making it easy to get there. With low rates, great cars, convenient locations across the western U.S. and select airports around the world. For great deals, call or log on today.
Auto mechanic Tucky loves our new Snapple flavored Diet Pomegranate Tea.
Can taste the plum in it, a lot of fruit flavors. I'm not sure what they are, but it's excellent, very tingly.
Tucky, you said some nice things about us. So to return the favor, here are some nice things about you.
Tucky's an honest mechanic. I took my car to him to get it fixed. He took it for a test drive and was in an accident. When I went to go pick it up, he told me that it was totaled and that I could find it at the junkyard.
Snapple, the best flavors on earth made for the best people on earth.
Their lives were torn apart by the tsunami. Tonight, the networks of NBC and the biggest stars come together to help. Tsunami Aid, a live commercial-free benefit. Tonight, 8/7 Central on NBC.
And I just want to thank everyone overseas for protecting our nation, doing what they do every day that's unmentioned. Thank you, guys.
And I'd like to thank all the soldiers
overseas and protecting our country. I'd like to say thank you.
It's the biggest message I could send is thank you so much. You're all in our hearts, and we're playing this game for you.
And a live shot of Camp Victory outside of Baghdad, the 1st Cavalry from Fort Hood, Texas. Enjoying today's ball game, as well as fellow Army personnel here in the Alamo Dome. Thanks to NBC News for providing that live shot from Baghdad. East with the football. They trail 21-3. Bob Papa, Ray Bentley, Tom Lemming in the booth. Little inside handoff. Gwaltney able to take it up to about the 47. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, they're going to get offsides on the defense. Got into the line a little bit early, but that's the first time we've seen Gwaltney really make a big play, make any kind of run, and I was really impressed with Jason Gwaltney when I saw him on film. This guy's an incredible running back.
Yeah, I put him on the team as a linebacker at first.
First down.
But obviously he's he earned All-State running back honors as a 6'2", 220-pounder. This year averaged 10 yards per carry.
Well, he's a pretty good linebacker too.
He sure is.
And Tommy got the 10 that you mentioned for a 1st down. Gwaltney again will run it. And he picks up about 5 on the play to the 48-yard line. Time for another declaration on the west side, or the east side, with Marty.
As the East offense tries to move the ball, one of their best defensive linemen, Melvin Alays, here. And you're going to commit right now from Maryland, and there's been a lot that's gone into this decision. Where are you going to go to school?
Going to be a Turk.
You're going to stay home.
Stay home.
That makes Mom Teresa very happy, I'm sure. He's going to stay home and go to Maryland.
Well, Maryland's getting a heck of a football player, I'll tell you that.
What about this young man, Tom Lemming, from Randallstown, Maryland?
Ray was absolutely right. I think he's one of the big surprises this year. He's perhaps the best pure defensive end in the country at 6'3", 270, powerhouse, great explosive speed, really good closing speed when you watch him on film. And you watched him all week in practice. The offensive linemen of the East told me they had trouble handling him. He was the dominating lineman they all talked about.
Well, he needs his East offensive teammates to convert on this 3rd down. Crompton has time. Crompton overshoots his tight end, incomplete. Good coverage downfield by Tatum from the west side.
First time we've seen him try to hit a tight end. And that was Moeaki going down the middle. But nothing there. Good coverage again by the defense. Let's go. Brings up a nice little 4th and 2 here, and it looks like they're going to go for it, Bobby.
Well, why not? They trail 21-3. Haven't been able to move the ball effectively. There are 3 points set up via turnover. Crompton. Gwaltney just shut down. Did not get the 1st down.
Oh, no, he spun out of there and picked up a little bit at the end there. They might have to measure this one. Tried to run a little trap play up in the middle, and it was stuffed originally, and then Gwaltney, with that strength that he has, moved it close, but it's going to be short.
Raymond Henderson and DeMarcus Granger shut it down. Henderson earlier today declared to Tennessee. So once again, the West defense holds sturdy.
Let's go.
Raymond Henderson, DeMarcus Granger with the stop on the 4th down. The West continues to hold the lead. Still more declarations to come here on NBC.
Well, my friends, it's not just who has the best college team. It's who's the best fan.
Recruiting is the hot topic all year long, and Rivals.com is the recruiting authority.
Rivals.com made me a recruiting expert. Video clips, full scouting reports, exclusive interviews,
up-to-the-minute bulletins whenever an offer goes out or a player visits a school.
Checking in every day on Rivals.com, I think I know where these guys are going to commit even before they tell their mamas.
For real fans, it's the one source you need, Rivals.com.
So, what do you think?
In the time it takes to take out the trash, you could save hundreds on car insurance. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Let's get campy!
New clothes are fun, but they won't save you money on car insurance.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Why haven't you called Geico?
I was cooking dinner and I just fell asleep. collapsed. I couldn't call for help, but ADT did. They saved my life.
An ADT monitored fire detector actually signals ADT, so we can call for help. Call now and save over $100 off the regular price when you buy ADT's family package, and save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance. Call 1-800-ADT-ASAP. ADT, always there.
Looking for a new car in 2005? Then join NBC for a look at all the newest and hottest styles. Plus, some of NASCAR's biggest stars buckle up and take a test drive.
As an inspired young driver, I wanted to race and win enough money to buy me a Corvette.
The International Auto Show, next Sunday, 1 Eastern, NBC.
Right now, the East side on the short end of a 21-3 score in the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. More live declarations still to come as we send it down to Dave Burns.
And standing by among all of the, well, some of the assets that the U.S. Army likes to show off here at the All-American Bowl, including bikes and dragsters, and of course, Joe Nemechek's stock car here. Joe, this is one of the cool things you get to do as a representative of the Army with a sponsor on your car like this. What else do you get to do during the year?
Well, I tell you, it means so much for me, and I take a personal drive in this 01 Army Chevrolet. The troops, they're the ones protecting you, me, our families, our future. And it's just a little bit for me to give them back something to pull for. And, you know, we meet new recruits coming in, soldiers getting shipped out, soldiers coming back. And we also go to the hospital and visit the wounded. And it's very, very exciting, and I'm very proud of it.
And Joe and the rest of his NASCAR buddies getting ready to go down to Daytona for the first race of the year, the 500. Bob?
All right, thanks, Dave. We'll be cheering on Joe throughout the course of the year. Marlon Lucky with the last carry for the West. Picked up a couple on the play. Gains 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 for the West. Jim Barnes, the quarterback right now for the West side. Each quarterback has thrown 1 touchdown pass for the West. Barnes under some pressure. Wow, what a hit at the 46-yard line.
Ricardo McCoy coming up and making a big old hit on the back there. And McCoy is very good in space. He's a linebacker that can run all over the field.
Let's take a look at how the West quarterbacks have performed. Barnes 1 touchdown pass. Sanchez a touchdown pass. Perlew touchdown pass.
Check marks across the board.
Perlew nearly had a second, if not for the fumble by Deshaun Jackson, or the flip inside the 5 to the 1. 3rd down. Barnes with time. Trying to find Walker, but it's incomplete, overthrown on the play. Myers-White, Adam Myers-White on the coverage.
Good coverage again. Barnes just threw that thing out there where if anyone could catch it, it would just be his guy. But give Myers-White the plus on that play with the blanket coverage.
So the West will punt the football away as you get a look at Justin Brantley from Sealy, Texas. Rouse and O'Neal back deep. Waffling snap. Brantley just gets it away, and it goes off the side of his foot to the near side. Takes a favorable roll, though. Look at that. Inside the 15.
That's how he planned it.
It's spotted out at the 11-yard line. 42-yard punt and no return. The East trying to crank up the offense in this U.S. Army All-American Bowl from San Antonio, Texas, plus more live declarations to come.
Why can't everything be as simple as a hot dog? I mean, take coffee. Used to be simple, but it ain't simple anymore. Cappuccinos, mochachinos, half-calf decafs with a splash of vanilla. Hey, I got an idea for coffee. How about black? And if I feel like getting crazy, I'll add cream. Nope, I like things simple. Like a big, plump ballpark Frank. Oh, and if I want to mix things up, I'll toast the bun, thank you very much.
Ballpark Grill Master Franks. Be big, be meaty, be frank.
Coming to DVD. It's time when the lights go on.
Be calm in there. Keep you cool.
When the players take the field.
This is our time. Yeah.
The action begins.
Let's do it.
One of the greatest sports movies ever made. Based on a true story. Friday Night Lights on DVD Tuesday.
School.
Work. Phones.
Internet. TV.
Life.
Let's face it, every family gets pulled in a million different directions.
You would think between the emails, the pagers, the cell phones.
You guys shouldn't be that hard to reach, right? Wrong.
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 But you can do something about it. Set aside some family time.
And pull yourselves together.
Talk with each other. Keep your family connected.
From Southern California to Atlantic City, nearly 3,000 miles in 9 days, over mountains, across deserts, and through pain and doubt, unparalleled in almost any other athletic endeavor. To finish is for most the accomplishment of a lifetime, a shining example of the strength of the human spirit. The Race Across America, next Saturday, 2:30 Eastern, NBC.
Welcome back to the U.S. Army All-American Bowl here in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. It's time for another young man to make a declaration on where he is going to go to school. We're standing by right here with Jarrell Poe. And Jarrell, you know what? A lot of people have been calling you, haven't they?
Yeah.
All right, and they've been getting lots of feedback from him, trying to recruit this young man. Jarrell, it's finally time to tell everyone where you're going to play football next year.
All right, before I pull this hat, I want to give a shout out to Wayne County, baby.
That, of course, in Waynesboro, Missouri, right? Here it is. Oh, Mississippi, sorry.
LSU, baby.
And it's going to be the LSU Tigers. There it is. Jarrell, congratulations. And you got kind of gypped out of a tackle earlier tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, we going to count that one, though, in the books?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Jarrell's already counted that tackle in the first quarter, guys.
All right, Dave, a sap-type run stopper.
Oh, sure. You know, he's got tremendous speed. Kind of a surprise. Everybody thought he might be going to Auburn, where two of his buddies signed last year from Wayne County High School. But I'll tell you this guy, if he stays healthy, he's going to be the real deal as far as comparing him to Warren Sapp. He's just got great running skills.
330 pounds, and he can move.
Oh, that's what he just also a great burst. It's tough to stop 330 yards.
Jay Christensen,
especially when it's coming that fast.
That's right.
Jay Christensen, the quarterback for the East, fumbles the first snap. Gwaltney, his job shedding a tackle and gets it up to the 16-yard line using the stiff arm.
Got a little block from his fullback, Brian Cushing, who is playing a little offense now.
See the ticker below, the players who have declared both live and prior to the game and where they're going to school.
East offense is trying anything to get something going. They've gone to the two-back I set, see if they can run the football a little bit.
Third down. Christensen in trouble. Got hit high, and he throws it away incomplete, and there's a flag and a face mask as he got hit in the head. Blum was there, along with Aaron Lewis.
See Christensen trying to make sure his head's still on straight. That's going to give him a first down.
Jay Christensen threw for almost 3,000 yards this year and 36 touchdowns. See if number 95 Aaron Lewis got him in the face mask.
He certainly did. That's a head turner right there. You can see why Christensen was trying to put his head back on right.
Mask. The defense, 5-yard penalty.
That's about the least inadvertent face mask I've ever seen.
Well, I'm sure he didn't mean to, but he.
Well, no.
But he once you twist it. Now they're going to ask for a measurement because of the 5 yards. It was third and about 5. We'll get a look at it again. Aaron Lewis got it.
There's nothing inadvertent about that. That's a full-blown face mask. I hope they measure this and it gets him the first down.
Jay Christensen makes sure his neck is still connected to his shoulders and head. And he got it.
And justice is served.
So a first down the hard way for the East.
For Christensen, anyway.
His dad, Jeff, played quarterback with the Bengals, the Browns, the Eagles, and the Jets in a backup role. First and 10. Gwaltney pounded at the 22-yard line as we send it down to Marty Snyder.
White, Bob, who is the defensive back out of Ohio, and certainly one of the most talented people in the defensive backfield. And we're with his brother also, Martez, who's actually in the Army. Got a 4-day pass. 4 weekend would be good, wouldn't it? 4-day pass from Fort Pope to come see him play. Are you as nervous as he is?
Oh, crazy. This is crazy. This is a blessing, though. I love my brother to death, and I wish the best for him in the future.
All right, we appreciate your service. All right, Adam, your time. Where are you going to go to school?
Man, I like to thank God first. I got hurt at the beginning of the year, and they allowed me to come back. But the team I'm in need of safety is Tennessee University. Go rock the top. 513 Hamilton, baby. 513. Let's do it.
The folks at Neyland Stadium will get to enjoy Adam Myers-White next year.
He's going to the University of Tennessee by way of Hamilton, Ohio.
You know, when Adam is healthy, he's one of the best free safeties in the country. He's got very good speed, but also he's one of the hardest hitters in the entire country.
Third down for the East. Christensen looking for the deep ball. We're going to get flags on the play as he was trying to hook up with Patrick Turner.
Yeah, there was a little illegal contact down the field.
Brandon Tatum was on the coverage. You know, Turner's just aching to break loose here, make a big play.
We have holding on an eligible receiver on a pass play on the defense. That's a 10-yard penalty, previous spot, and an automatic first down.
Well, 2 first downs via the penalty for the East to keep this drive alive here in the third.
Yeah, they found their offense.
You know, all these 80 players coming together earlier in the week, not being used to the size and the speed of their respective teammates, and then trying to be fluid on offense. Pretty tough task. Christensen fumbles the football, recovered by the West. Roy Miller with the recovery.
You're right, Bob. It is so hard to put together a polished product in the week that they have that leads up to this game, and you're going to see mistakes like this. And again, another fumbled snap. Christensen not able to get the handle on it. Look at that ball. It just flew out there. It looked almost like a shotgun type snap. And then Miller hustling gets on top of the football.
Well, you know, you see it in the NFL in preseason. The defense, even in the regular season, the defense is always ahead of the offense to start the year because you can always go after the football, but the continuity of running an offense is a whole different, you know, ball of wax.
Right, especially in this game where the defense is relegated to a 4-3 look on every down and then 2 coverages. They play cover 3, which is 3 deep across, or cover 0, which is man-to-man across the board.
Well, Roy Miller, who earlier declared live that he's going to Texas, with a sack, a fumble recovery. Illegal substitution against the West.
Yeah, Miller is playing well, and he even almost blocked the punt earlier. Ended up blocking the punter, but good pressure anyway. And he's a beast. No one's been really able to handle Miller all day.
So first down for the West at the 23. Walker makes the catch on the feed from Sanchez. Walker has a touchdown. He played quarterback in high school, but now testing his wares as a wide receiver. Hayes on the coverage.
Todd Walker is going to Texas Tech, and actually he'll start school there tomorrow. So a nice little busy week for him getting ready for school.
We're getting a lot of the midterm grad type ball players. Justin King's another one who's going to start at Penn State Monday.
Yeah, I think that helps a young player who is looking and has the talent to play early on in his freshman year, to enroll early and go through a spring ball. That just really helps him assimilate the new program.
Inside handoff. Move by Lucky. And there is no luck involved there as he scores. Great athleticism from Marlon Lucky from North Hollywood, California.
Well, he broke the one tackle in the backfield, and then he saw the daylight, made his cut, and there was no one that was going to stop Lucky.
Bill Callahan has to love that. Nebraska's needing a little bit more offense, and I think Marlon's going to bring it.
He brought it on that run. No one left at home in the middle. The cut back, the acceleration, and the touchdown.
So Marlon Lucky who's going to Nebraska with an 18-yard touchdown run. The West capitalizes off the turnover, and they widen their lead to 27-3 with Jordan Congdon on for the extra point. And Congdon able to connect. Marlon Lucky with an 18-yard touchdown run. First rushing touchdown of today's game, and the West now in front 28-3. And a lot of Nebraska fans here and obviously excited by that play from Lucky. Go Big Red. They're pretty pleased with Marlon Lucky's run right there.
When you say Big Red, it means Big Red. If you've ever been to a game up there, it's amazing.
We still have more live declarations to come here at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. Others made their intentions known earlier.
Jamal Charles, Port Arthur, Texas. Hook'em Horns, running back.
Justin King, Pittsburgh, PA, DB. I'm committed to Penn State.
Alex Boone, West Park, Ohio, offensive lineman. I'm committed to The Ohio State University. Go Bucks.
Leon Jackson from Pasco, Washington, running back. Committed to Nebraska Cornhuskers. Go Big Red.
Well, go Big Red for Marlon Lucky. He'll be a teammate with R.J. Jackson.
Coach Callahan has a new West Coast offense there in Nebraska, and he hopes to be able to get that thing rolling and get it on track coming up for next season. They struggled with that transition a little bit this year.
Kind of talent they're bringing in this year. I don't think they'll be struggling for long.
How about the hands out of the backfield for a guy like Lucky? If you're on that West Coast, you got to get the check down.
He's got tremendous hands. He's probably got the best pair of hands of any back we have here.
Congdon to kick off for the West. King and Morley back deep for the East. Excellent kickoff. Morley will run it back from his own 6. And just gets gobbled up at the 25-yard line.
There were 7 guys on that tackle.
Travis Beckham was the first there.
That's amazing.
They're nice enough to give Morley his helmet back. Dillard was there. Beckham was there. The West defense has been outstanding in this football game. Jake Christensen remains in at quarterback for the East here in the closing stages of the third quarter. 28 unanswered points for the West side. Christensen going to run it and then goes down at the 30-yard line. Wisely, because Reynolds was right there to meet him. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. With the score, the West 28 and the East 3. The U.S. Army All-American Bowl. More live declarations to come after these messages from your local NBC station.
There's one show that is keeping viewers up on Mondays. Medium. Discover the woman who can see what the police can't.
This was done to them.
How do you know that?
Your sister told me.
All new Medium. NBC Monday at 10/9 Central.
My eating pattern has changed drastically.
I was out of the hospital in 18 hours, that it could be customized to meet my needs.
The Midwest's most experienced bariatric surgical center, Suburban Surgical Care Center, is now offering the laparoscopic adjustable band procedure. The advantages to lap band? Dramatic weight loss without altering your anatomy, a lower complication rate, and lap band is the most affordable procedure of its kind. Call 1-800-NEW-SELF.
Diamonds, GIA and EGL certified. The Jewelry Exchange has thousands of diamonds, all at low prices. Compare the Majors I-1 1 carat for $4,900 with our SI quality for $2,900. Quarter carat solitaires are $89, half carat solitaires $299, and 1 carat studs $399. We specialize in 18 karat and platinum and carry 2 caraters and above. Only the Jewelry Exchange has a low price and double value guarantee. Buy Factory Direct, the Jewelry Exchange in Villa Park.
The Game Rooms at FIM introduces for the new year genuine Italian leather sofas, love seats, and chairs with super savings on variety of styles and colors. 3-person sofa with 2 built-in recliners, $12.99. Love seat with 2 recliners, $9.99. Single chair with recliner, $5.99. Buy all 3 pieces and save additional $300. Beautiful curved section sofa with microfiber fabric, $9.99. Limited time super savings on Italian leather sofa, love seat, and chair. All 3 pieces, just $9.99 at FIM in Allsup, Downers Grove, Bloomingdale, Crystal Lake, Joliet, Darien, Woodridge, Arlington Heights, and Gurnee, or FIMstores.com for more information.
The Golden Globes, Sunday 7, 6 Central, only on NBC.
Back at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl, West leading 28-3 at this point. On the sideline with Jamie Newberg from Scout.com, tracking the top 10 schools and how they're doing. And Jamie, what's jumped out at you lately? The graphics changed a little bit.
It has. You know, I think the big surprise, obviously, is Iowa moving 14 spots. They start the day at 18. They're at 4 right now after getting 4 big-time verbal commitments at the game today. And as I said earlier, Tennessee had a chance to overtake that top spot. They have with their 2 commitments, and they still have more on the board today. But you know what? Signing day's 18 days away. It's going to change a lot.
Keep your eye on it. Go to Scout.com and watch for Jamie's commentary, guys.
All right, and Jake Christensen, the quarterback for the East, who is going to Iowa, hooks up with Fred Rouse on a nice pass play. Corey Magnum on the coverage.
Hit him right down the inseam. Nobody there in coverage.
He worked that seam route, and things will happen. Christensen under pressure, just heaving it up. It's knocked away. Reginald Smith on the coverage. Time for another declaration on the east side. Here's Marty Snyder.
Well, Bob, I'm with the McCoy family. Of course, Rico out of Washington, D.C., one of the best linebackers in this game. His dad, Reggie, mom, Elma, and this has been a long decision process for you down to Ohio State and Tennessee. Where are you going to play?
First, I want to thank God for giving me the ability to play this game. But my decisions come down to the University of Tennessee.
They were number 1 before, definitely number 1 now. Coach Philip Fulmer gets a great linebacker.
Played his high school ball at St. John's High School. Christensen on a 2nd and 10. Reynolds nearly had the interception. Tom Lenning, Ricardo McCoy going to Tennessee.
Very intense. Love of the game, but the thing that separates him from the other ball players, particularly around the D.C. area, was his speed to the ball. He could play inside or outside, which he has done. He's also played some offensive running back, so he's a great all-around tailback and linebacker.
Future teammates at Tennessee: Crompton, Morley, McNeil, Henderson, Myers, White, and now McCoy. Still more live declarations to come. 3rd and 10 for the East. Christensen just trying to get rid of it, and it's going to be intercepted. Philip Dillard dropped into coverage, and the linebacker gets the interception. Christensen was being heavily pursued by Beckham.
Yeah, that's when Christensen needs to learn to just throw that one out of bounds and live to fight another down, because there was no black or no white, no jerseys, none of his teammates down there even near this football. Here comes the pressure. You're going to see him get outside. What he's got to learn to do right now is just dump that thing over on the sidelines. Instead, he just throws up a prayer, and it's not answered.
And Philip Dillard from Oklahoma comes up with the interception for the West as they continue to hold a 28-3 lead here at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl.
My name is Leroy Michael. Let me tell you what I get out of being a soldier in the United States Army. It's more than just the discipline from the physical challenge and the valuable experience of training on state-of-the-art equipment as a broadcast journalist. For me, it's also about strengthening every aspect of my life.
Come on, Michael.
I am an American soldier.
For more details on how you can become a soldier, check out GoArmy.com.
I've been really trying, baby. Come on,
We crossed the flexibility of an SUV with the driving refinement of a sedan. Meet Malibu Max, the extended sedan from Chevy. Chevy Malibu Max, an American revolution.
Bon Jovi! Elway. What you doing in Vegas, little buddy? We're gonna be here for the Arena Bowl this June. You're dreaming. Why don't we settle this thing right now? Go for it.
The drive to Arena Bowl 19 Las Vegas begins Sunday, January 30th, when the AFL returns to NBC.
Hit me.
The U.S. Army All-American Bowl is brought to you by the United States Army, an Army of One. By Chevy, an American Revolution, supercharged for 2005. And by Adams USA, the official sponsor of the National High School Coach of the Year. From San Antonio, Texas, the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. The West in the white with a 28-3 lead. They have the football, 1st and 10 at their own 43. Sanchez back in at quarterback. Sanchez has Jackson, who stepped out of bounds at the 45-yard line of the East. 12-yard pickup for Deshaun Jackson.
Nice little timing route, just an out cut by Deshaun Jackson. Ball delivered perfectly by Sanchez, and Jackson almost got up the sideline again. He's dangerous wherever he gets the football.
Deshaun Jackson.
Ray Malaluna and Tony Baker still to declare here in the 4th. Sanchez on a 1st and 10. Little draw play. Charles doesn't get anything on the play. Derek Nicholson, who's played well for the East, the linebacker on the tackle. Jamal Charles from Port Arthur, Texas. Going to Texas.
You know, he had 400 yards and 5 touchdowns in one game.
10 300-meter sprinter, too.
I asked him, did you even get tackled that game? He said, yeah, he did get tackled. 400 yards. You go through a whole game and not get tackled. It's amazing.
2nd and 10 for the West. Players using the AFL ball. Sunday, January 30th, the AFL season kicks off. Jackson not able to handle that pass at the 40-yard line, incomplete.
Dropped it like it was hot.
Well, coming to NBC from the Palms Hotel in Las Vegas, it's a new Super Sunday tradition. For the first time ever, the 8 best poker superstars are together at one table with a record $400,000 buy-in. Watch as these master cardsmen match wits until there's only one left standing. That's the Poker Superstars Championship, coming Sunday, February the 6th, only on NBC.
Boy, how popular is Texas Hold'em right now?
Do you play for the Inside Straight, Bentley? You look like that kind of guy.
I always do, and I'm the first guy out usually.
Look at this. Double reverse. Jackson's going to throw it for Perry. Ryan Perry to the 5. Touchdown West. A double reverse. Wide receiver pass to the quarterback.
How about that?
Boy, John Barnes, the head coach of the West, has run a fake punt, the hook and ladder, and now that one.
Coach John Barnes reaches into the bag of tricks. Now here's Pirlu right here. Keep an eye on him because he's going to end up catching this ball for the touchdown. Here comes a little pitch, and then the double reverse, another pitch, and Pirlu, he's making his way down the field, and that ball is just thrown long enough. And now a little bit of a foot race at the end, but Pirlu, he's no stranger to the end zones. Threw 30 touchdown passes this year, ran 37 times for a touchdown. That's just incredible. He's been in the end zone before.
4th touchdown pass of the day for the West. Ricardo McCoy could not tip it. And a nice throw by Deshaun Jackson, the wide receiver. Congdon's extra point is good.
Oh, razzle dazzle.
The double reverse wide receiver pass to the quarterback. First it was Slick Shelley, then it was Deshaun Jackson. And Jackson, who's had a big game receiving, finds his quarterback, Ryan Perrielou, for the touchdown pass, and the West dominating this U.S. Army All-American Bowl.
They're the pride of their community.
Gerardo Colón,
Army Reserve.
Jim Exitoro, Army Reserve.
Guillermo Rosario, Army Reserve.
They're an integral part of the U.S. Army. They strengthen their communities and themselves by serving in the Army Reserve. They serve their country without giving up their civilian life. Become a soldier in the Army Reserve.
I will not be afraid of the dark.
I will not feel guilty leaving my dog alone.
I will know my children are safe.
I will finally be able to relax!
A single ADT system can help protect your home and family from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. Call now and save over $100 off the regular price when you buy ADT's family package. Plus save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance. Call 1-800-ADT-ASAP. ADT, always there.
Right on target. Now you can target only your gray hair with Just for Men. In 5 easy minutes, it replaces gray with subtle tones for a natural look.
You're right on target.
Right on target. Just for Men, the Rejuvenator.
Start the day with a splash. Rain on the blue. Oh, she touches your skin.
It just feels better with an Aqua Velva Man.
I'm Topher Grace. I'm hosting SNL with The Killers. Are you guys sure you want to stick with the name The Killers? I was thinking about something more positive, like The Fun Bunch, or maybe the Jimmy Smits Experience. No, we're going to stick with The Killers.
It's a challenge unlike any other in professional sports. The Q School. Who will withstand 6 days on the brink? The PGA Tour qualifying tournament. Next on NBC.
Mark Sanchez, Mission Viejo, California, quarterback. I'm committed to the University of Southern California.
Mark Sanchez throwing a touchdown pass in the first half to David Geddes. And Mark Sanchez, when we asked him yesterday about Matt Leinart possibly staying at USC, he said, I hope and pray he stays. I want to be his shadow and learn from him.
You can't learn from a better guy than that, but I'm just wondering, I think a piece of Mark Sanchez wanted to be the quarterback there next year rather than Leinart.
Little pooch kit. Nicholson on the recovery. Ryan Perrileau. And Deshaun Jackson hooking up. Remember, yesterday's practice, Jackson getting into it with the coaches a little bit frustrated. It was Perrileau who went over and calmed him down, showed leadership, said, take it easy. And that's the maturity of a Perrileau.
And Perrileau showed him how to score a touchdown, too, as opposed to diving a half-yard short. You got to give credit to Deshaun Jackson and his ability out there. He's been, I think, the top offensive player that we've seen, at least in performance today.
Tom Lemming, what about Jackson and his skills?
Well, you know, obviously we watched him today, and I think he's probably the most explosive ball player on the field. But a lot of people don't know he's also probably the best baseball player in the state of California. Will be drafted by some lucky pro team in June. And we'll have to decide between which sport he wants to play, at least early on.
What's your gut tell you?
I think he may sign pro baseball and still play college football.
Rouse on the last catch. Paul is back in the game at quarterback for the East. Chased out by Raymond Henderson. At the 33-yard line, so it'll set up a 3rd and long for the East.
Marcus Granger was also chasing Paulus out of bounds. Nice and relaxed over there on the bench. East team.
On the short end of a 35-3 score, number 10, Brian Cushing, the AFL Ironman of the Year award winner. Take a look and see where your favorite players are going to college. Rough snap, Paulus able to handle it. Can't hook up along the near side. Morley trying to make a play. And it'll be 4th and long for the East side. You know, while we're talking about all these great plays on offense, as you get a look at Coach Lucas for the East, the defense for the West has been incredible today.
They really have. The pass rush has been outstanding, and then the coverage down the field. When the quarterbacks for the East do have time, there's really been no one to go with to the football or go to with the football. Outstanding performance by that West defense.
Lucky and Wilkerson back to receive this punt from Zoltan Mesko. Low kick. Takes a favorable roll for the East. Down at the 23-yard line. 44-yard punt, no return. Mark Sanchez named the Parade Magazine High School Player of the Year.
When we were talking to Mark Sanchez, he said an inspiration for him was Carson Palmer. When he was in junior high school, he was able to watch Carson Palmer locally and then watched him at USC, and he said, this is a guy that I want to be like, and he's getting pretty close.
So the West will have a 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. Perilou in at quarterback. Perilou going to run it and not get far. Nicholson has had a good game at middle linebacker for the East.
Nicholson's a good prospect also. I think he's one of the outstanding linebackers on his football team.
His brother AJ plays for Florida State, and everybody's wondering if he's going to become a Seminole. He's going to go where his father played ball at North Carolina. And right now I think he might be slightly leaning in North Carolina over the Seminoles.
There's some good competition between the two brothers as linebackers too, trying to figure out which one's better, and you ask each of them and they'll tell you, oh, it's me, of course.
2nd and 10 for Perilou and the West. He's thrown a touchdown pass and caught one. Drop play. Good hard running by Jonathan Stewart, who breaks free.
Somebody lost a shoe back there. It wasn't Stewart.
22-yard pickup.
A great run, fighting his way through the traffic. It looked like he was going to be stopped at the line, but he kept working and got himself outside and made a nice pickup. Right there, he breaks that leg tackle, slips through a couple of arms tackles, runs a guy over, and gets her outside. That's an excellent run. Pretty much all Jonathan Stewart on that one.
1st and 10 for the West from their own 45. Three receivers to the near side. Perilou to throw. Avoids the sack. Downfield, but incomplete as Jackson was out of bounds trying to make a leaping catch. Let's check in with Dave Burns on the sideline and see how these school rankings are panning out.
Let's check some emails, Bob. Jamie Newberg getting a few on the scout.com website there. Why don't you share a couple with us, Jamie?
Well, I got one about the big surprise, Jarrell Poe. To me, one of the big surprises today, not choosing Auburn, choosing LSU. The question was, were you surprised? Yes, we were, because we had him pegged for Auburn for a long time now. Goes to show you, recruiting you never know. Another one about Jason Gwaltney, a running back from the East squad. What is he going to do? Is it Ohio State, West Virginia, or USC? Right now, I think Southern Cal is a team to beat for Jason.
All right, even the experts sometimes get fooled on this thing, Bob.
Well, Lucky, who has a rushing touchdown, weaving his way across midfield, upended by Hayes at the 49-yard line, and Morley. Marlon Lucky, who had an 18-yard touchdown run.
Nice little draw play. See him stick it up the middle and then break outside, switching the ball in hands. He's got a lot of skills. He's very comfortable running that football.
How about the block by Wilkerson, the other back in the game?
It never hurts to have a few guys block for you.
Still to declare, Ray Malaluna and Tony Baker. 35-3, the West in front. Perilou to throw. Hooks up with his tight end. Nice sliding catch by Martellus Bennett out of Houston, Texas. His first catch of the ball game. What about Bennett, Tom?
Power forward in basketball. He looks like a power forward. Looks like an NBA power forward right now, but he runs very, very well. Great blocking skills. He plays on a run-oriented offense at Alief Hastings and hasn't had a lot of chances to catch the ball. I think 7 catches as a junior and only about 15 as a senior. But I think with his huge hands and potential as a blocker, I think he's going to do a great job.
And you talk about basketball players. Antonio Gates of the San Diego Chargers, Tony Gonzalez of the Kansas City Chiefs. Teams are looking for basketball players at tight end.
remarkably similar to Tony Gonzalez.
R.J. Jackson with the carry on a 1st and 10, picks up about 3.
The thing I was impressed about with Martellus Bennett was his blocking ability. Even at 6'7", he's still able to get down low and get under guys' pads, and then he's relentless. He goes from snap to whistle every play.
Bennett was one of the loose guys this week as far as keeping his teammates loose.
He wasn't the guy calling him, telling, hey, Sports Illustrated wants to meet you in room 313.
That was the biggest prank with the players on the East and West, calling each other saying you have an interview downstairs.
Guys were showing up all over the place.
Paraloo lets it rip. Batted away at the last second. Michael Ray Garvin tipped it away from David Nelson. Ray, you were impressed with Garvin just watching them work out as far as his back pedal.
Yeah, he's got one of the smoothest turns, the hip turns, that I think I have ever seen at any level. He's so smooth. When he runs backwards, he almost looks like he's running forwards, and then the hip turn is just incredible. And then the knack here at the end, even though he's got a little handful of jersey, he got away with that one. But in preparing for this game, he put the pads on a couple days a week back home just to get back into football shape after his season.
Draw play. Charles. And he has a 1st down for the West inside the 35 to the 32, a gain of 9 on the play. Hayes on the tackle.
You see this West offense is we've seen it grow throughout the game, but they really have developed a good feel for each other. Able to run the football as well as pass it, and they're getting production out of each of the quarterbacks, and they really have done a nice job. Give a lot of credit to Coach John Barnes.
His son Jim Barnes now back in at quarterback. Another handoff, and Stewart not able to get much. We have another declaration on the West side as we send it down to Dave.
And Bob, that will be from Ray Mauluna. Now, his story is really one about family. In fact, we pulled one of the assistant coaches from the sideline. Coach Mack back here was his first high school coach, and Ray told us the other day just a very influential part of his upbringing in football and in life. Of course, his dad Tonu here as well. And now, Ray, why don't you tell us where you're going to go play football? Your dad going to pick out the head, or are you going to do it?
My dad will do it.
All right, go ahead, Tonu, pick it out.
This is where I'm going, man.
Well, that's where Dad's going, Ray. Ray, where are you going, bud?
I'm going to play for the University of Southern California.
He's going to stay in state. And here comes Mark Sanchez, his teammate, declared to go there as well. And that already very, very strong program is going to get a great linebacker in Mauluna, and of course a great quarterback in Sanchez. Bob?
National champion USC Trojans get stronger. He said when he was in 6th grade, he put on a helmet and shoulder pads just so he could look tough. He finally took football seriously in the 8th grade.
Hi, Mom.
Said when he was a kid, he was watching Lorenzo Booker play in this game from the same high school, and he said, boy, I'd love to participate in that someday.
Yeah, he didn't even want to play football growing up. His dad made him go out as a 7th grader.
Deshaun Jackson, who's had a big ball game, looking for another touchdown, tackled at the 5, a gain of 30. Ryan Cushing on the tackle.
Boy, Deshaun Jackson continues to do what he's done all day long, and that's get open, make a catch, and then do something after the catch. And that's the key here. Make that catch. A lot of guys can make that catch, but can they do this afterwards? Put a little shake and bake, make 3 or 4 guys miss, and try to work your way towards the end zone. And Deshaun Jackson has showed me a lot today.
Huge ball game for, as Tom Lemming said, the best baseball player on the field today.
Look at the numbers for him. 7 catches, 141 yards, and a touchdown pass.
And now Barnes wants a timeout as they try to get set in their goal line offense with a 1st and goal at the 5. 4:18 to go. The West in front. But it has been an enjoyable week for all of these players from both the East and West sides. Deshaun Jackson electrifying the fans here at the Alamo Dome and those watching live at Camp Victory outside of Baghdad.
What we did was the same thing American soldiers have been doing for generations. Soldiers now and soldiers then. There's the same courage, determination, and willingness to serve. What's changed is our equipment, our technology. But the spirit of a soldier, that's never changed. And that's what makes the difference.
Coming to DVD.
Can you be perfect?
Dreams.
I'm gonna knock him out, and I'm gonna smile when I do it.
Courage.
Let's do it! Yes, sir!
It all comes alive on Friday night. Friday Night Lights. Own the DVD Tuesday.
Whether it's college football or college basketball, I'm hungry for new information about my school 12 months a year.
Rivals.com is the recruiting authority for college football and college basketball. Rivals.com is the inside scoop for all college sports.
It's like having sources in every high school gym and football stadium in America.
Rivals.com turned me from a fan into an expert.
For the inside scoop about my school any season, it's Rivals.com.
This season, The Apprentice will be different.
What about having a guy dressed up as a girl?
Not that different. It's book smarts versus street smarts. Half the contestants have a college degree.
High school graduates lack some class.
And half don't.
We're gonna kick some MBA.
Whose side are you on? The new Apprentice, NBC Thursday after Joey.
Do your deal. During the U.S. Army All-American Selection Tour, hundreds of thousands of fans attended events and pep rallies, press conferences, football games using the Selection Tour events. Snapple set out to find the nation's best high school football fan, and the Snapple Frenzied Fan of the Year is this young man, Joey Petrella from Las Vegas, Nevada.
There might be more than Snapple in that thing. The way he's all dressed up. The Frenzied Fan.
Mark Sanchez has electrified the fans with his performance today for the West Side. He's going to USC. Jim Barnes, the quarterback for the West, now going to Alabama.
First and goal from
each quarterback has thrown a touchdown pass. Perilou has also caught one. First and goal, Barnes wide open and incomplete. Trying to get it off to Jamal Charles, couldn't reel it in.
Well, that was supposed to be Ray Malaluna's play. He was coming in at fullback and playing some fullback down in this area, and he said they had a little pass to the fullback that they had in for him, and they promised him they were going to throw it, but he ended up not being the guy in at fullback. It was Charles. And he kind of dropped that one. Didn't get much better pass than that.
Malaluna is on the field now.
Now they got him in there at fullback. One play too late, I'm sure he'll tell you.
Well, he had never played fullback before, Tom, until this week.
Never, but you know, he's such a remarkable athlete. I don't think that was much of a stretch for him.
Second and goal at the 6. Barnes blindsided and sacked. Melvin Elise with a great hit. He's going to Maryland, and Barnes never had a chance, and there's that speed.
A great speed. His first couple of steps are amazing for a 270-pounder.
Right down here at the bottom, and he just blows by the tackle, and there's just no chance right there for anybody to stop him. And look out. And Barnes was fortunate to hold on to the football. A little dance.
He's got to get that down pat.
Yeah, he'll work on it, I'm sure.
So now it's third and goal. Draw play. I think the ball came loose, and he says they have it. Stewart could not handle the handoff, and it is East football.
And the penetration was so extreme, I don't think Stewart ever really had the football.
J.B. Paxson recovered it. Nicholson came in on the hit, and Stewart coughed it up.
Take another look at it and see if Stewart ever actually even had possession of the football. No, it never got into the basket.
And then Nicholson hit him. And J.B. Paxson from Greenwood, Indiana, on the recovery.
Paxson has 65 sacks in his high school football career. That's just a mind-blowing number.
All-time sack leader for the state of Indiana.
Tony Bakler's live declaration still to come. Paulus dropped by Boateng. Victor Harris. Greg Paulus faces a 2nd and 10 from his own 20-yard line with the clock moving, approaching 3 minutes to go in the ball game. The East trailing 35-3. Paulus, deep middle, nearly intercepted on the play by Kevin Thomas. We have another live declaration as we send it down to Marty.
Well, Bob, I'm with the Baker family. Tony Baker, of course, one of the best running backs in the country out of High Point, North Carolina, goes to Jamestown Ragsdale High School. Many people thought North Carolina would win this battle. Which school are you going to go to?
Well, I have decided to take my talents to North Carolina State.
That's maybe a bit of an upset. How much did T.A. McClendon going to the pros a year early play into this decision?
Not much at all. I wanted to go to NC State, whether he would have stayed or not. That's where I was going to go.
All right, they get one of the best running backs in the country. Coach Amato will be very happy with Tony Baker.
Tom Lemming, Tony Baker, an outstanding young football player.
Oh, he sure is. The name of his game is balance and speed. Everybody knows about his size and his strength, but balance and speed is unique, and he's going to be, I think, an instant impact player for the Wolfpack. It's a great catch for them. Their biggest catch since T.A. McClendon.
You know, and Baker didn't get good by accident either. He has not missed a workout since the 7th grade, so he's earned his way.
On that last play, Paulus nearly intercepted by Reginald Smith, but he wasn't able to hold on to the pick. So on 4th and 10, the East will punt.
A little more on Baker. He went for over 3,000 yards, both as a junior and a senior.
Came close to breaking Ken Sugarland Hall as Express's all-time record.
Mesco to punt, and whistle and flags.
Mesco took a warm-up shot anyway.
Smith and Jackson back deep.
Prior to snap, false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty. It remains 4th down.
Maybe everybody back there at H-Town, you know what I'm saying? Represent for the Taylor Lions, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here doing my thing, trying to catch a few passes with my fans.
So it's been a good week for all these young men. Tom Lemming, they've enjoyed themselves, learned a lot about each other, different parts of the country.
I've been here all week, and I've never seen one group have so much fun. They intermingle at night. They obviously train separately, but I've never had so much fun in one big group like I have this group.
Mesco with a high punt. Smith. Got to get it to the outside. Reginald Smith with some room. Smith to the 47-yard line of the East. 46-yard punt, 13-yard return. McCoy on the tackle. The defense of the West has been outstanding. The offense, after a slow start, making big plays.
Congratulations on earning the 2005.
Yeah, I think the difference is the West has really been able to put it together on offense. Good production out of each of their quarterbacks, and they're playing great defense.
Let's check in with Dave Burns.
I'm standing by with Vice Chief of Staff of the Army, General Dick Cody. And General Cody, first of all, what are your impressions of today's game?
Well, we saw some great athletes here today. These are great All-Americans. They represent all the values we look for in our soldiers: dedication, teamwork, mentally and physically tough. And we also saw these great athletes make a choice today. They picked what team they wanted to play on, and we congratulate them and their colleges and their families for doing it. But we also saw over 100 great All-Americans who also joined a great team today. We enlisted 100 soldiers today to join the Army, and we want to congratulate them and their families.
All right, General, we're going to need to get to this award right here. Hold that up. That's the likeness of Pete Dawkins, who retired from the Army as a brigadier general, of course, was a Heisman Trophy winner. You're going to present this to Deshaun Jackson. It's the highest honor that a young man can receive at today's game.
Deshaun, on behalf of Brigadier General Pete Dawkins, a great player from West Point, I want to give you this trophy.
You're the MVP, Deshaun. How does that feel?
Appreciate it, man. I just want to thank General Cody and everybody out here supporting me, man. The West came back in strong, and we won it. Number one, baby.
That's number one, Deshaun Jackson. He's number one today, the MVP, Bob.
Big game for Deshaun Jackson in the passing game. Got off to a rocky start, 7 catches, 141 yards. And yes, a touchdown pass. Sanchez. He's got Geddes. Pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Pickup of 26. Well, Ray Bentley, Deshaun Jackson got off to a rough start, made a nice catch and run, but tried a premature celebration that nearly cost his team.
Yeah, he had caught a touchdown previous to this, and it was called back because of a penalty. So now he's got his second shot at getting into the end zone, and he came up a half a yard short. But I think he'll learn from that one, and then later on, here's the touchdown, but he actually throws this one. A double reverse, a pass back to the quarterback, Ryan Perilou, and Deshaun Jackson has really shown out, and he is your Pete Dawkins MVP of this U.S. Army All-American Bowl.
Tom Lemming, still no word on where he's going, is there?
No, I believe he's going to wind up as a USC Trojan, but he's still looking at Cal, probably going to stay on the West Coast, and I think he's going to learn from now on to jump around 4.5 yards into the end zone, not 5.
Boy, USC just continues to stockpile players.
No team in the country has as much talent as USC has now.
The defending national champions, of course, a year ago, the co-national champions. Matt Leinart announcing yesterday he's coming back. Mark Sanchez will get to learn. John Barnes, the head coach of the West Side from Los Alamitos, California. Fake punt, a double reverse, wide receiver pass. Great job by the West today. And they will win the 2005 U.S. Army All-American Bowl. 35-3, Deshaun Jackson, the Pete Dawkins Most Valuable Player Trophy. 35-3 the final score, and a great week for these young men, Ray Bentley.
Outstanding week and a wonderful performance for all these players in today's game.
Tom Lemming, obviously, many players declared, still some to make their decision, but we've seen a vast array of talent today.
Well, we sure did. I was hoping some of the offensive players on the East would really show their wares, but they're going to be doing that over the next 2-3 years.
The 2005 U.S. Army All-American Bowl goes to the West. 35-3 the final score as Deshaun Jackson wins the Pete Dawkins MVP trophy. We hope you enjoyed it. Coming up next, find out who makes the cut and earns the card in On the Brink PGA Tour qualifying school. So for Ray Bentley, Dave Burns, Marty Snyder, and our entire crew, Bob Papa saying so long from San Antonio, Texas. A special day today for many of these young athletes as they made their declaration as to where they'll play their college football. An emotional day for the families and the players alike, and a great learning experience for these young men. For our entire crew, Bob Papa saying so long. You've been watching the U.S. Army All-American Bowl on NBC.